Facebook. Enti ene show no say obaso hwe ne live I just a YouTube. Pam to muntie ne yenya a challenge with our Facebook. It is over here yin programs dodo na no yentimi enya na live our Facebook. Name on YouTube and abetimi ahwe dwumade ne live ho. Enti ne wa ba say utie the Friday edition of Nhyira digital passport so no bra YouTube Nhyira TV. Nhyira TV na a fashion show no live on YouTube Nhyira TV Tini Radio audio betimi atie dwumade no live awo ye besa chesika and Friday 2000 ye che dia mani panum star 281 hash na what you see option 2 intimi samo and then intimi stream dwumade no live on Facebook name of YouTube dia make say ye live our YouTube Nhyira TV obetimi ahwe the Friday edition of Nhyira digital passport no enso ho yenso semfrin kofo cross amane na yeni amane ne nkomo no famransa na wi a of course the afisam no ade atoam so ebeka semadu ama dumienu na ba ebejai de aka no de amamo na monso de mpese me de beka ho bia no matimi ade aba ewo YouTube ho na the Etienne Ineos company no on say eba na sportina amana ehwe de Manchester United almost 25% na eno na no pay at say seniors for 25 this it in Manchester and some for another 35 stake and for more na Emeka 25 no nam say ibasa Ineos for more money now 25 near de mamo mon koto player mna ya mokwa mo sie pedi loan ebi wo kra mo ko meeting yen ton 35 bi amamo enti ye the sound story no at the bramo na no pay John Hato Chelsea new player no ono so ne ene ate so be medicals at the ama Chelsea na a contract no ono so timi assign at the amomo Barcelona captaincy awon sensam awa ha na according to air transfer market I must say am I a survey bi so Africa players in the album sisi aye kasai player ne bo den pa no on the list no dia ba and also come ha tie for ebedi san come no enso awo dwumadi no eso enne amuzu p question of the day very simple but ye pa preamble no and na be gina so na ode answer a question no now preamble ni nie you say the most fearful football rivalry in football and also in the world. Patrotinier question no say the most fearful football rivalry in the world. There's a Okobiasia Fana baby and your boboa. Rivalry a super name day your family and Liverpool and Manchester United. A rivalry more day pa Barcelona Real Madrid. I mean they are classical. And after Oko Argentina. River Plate and the Boca Juniors saga no edu asabi etimi ku obi sa aya rivalry me saying and our games me saying and na ya pick back the pa na we say the most fearful football rivalry in the world. Amuzu p question of the day no oba na onso odo answer na ba na akenkan edi ama ye be fia of course Adra mo be ka me break the mamo ebra your locals no me catch them Sir GFA announced strategic and transformative air partnership with Adisa Production. Na yakoba ebe cheche mama say clubs na ebabo Ghana Premier League no obi abenya 1 million Ghana cedis as a way they send adema Ghanaian clubs na and so achieve for yatenasi any enra inspection course so Baba Stadium no come asasonoko empeni for kasa the stadium no person issue this so many more and yatina say Friday edition of Nhyira Digital Passports. Happy new month. The show is airborne. Yankwa na garbage ram gabi the foreigner and fire enko amanene the children here etefo yenko na garbage ram and fire start amanene sam.
I'm watching me throw one pick it. There's a match in one should be. We did this United bomb match. Me throw how much one pick senior. Me throw one pick.
Bemen and Yamatre, Mr. Also offer me.
How much in one pick?
Okay. Patrona boss saying.
Now the United match in the time. Go show me tweet. Tell me tweet here. Saturday me throw.
Oh, me verify my phone is in.
Now the little call log I every If you the little call log.
Why would I do that?
Oh, it's a BBC we are now for phone. Take the little call log.
See, say my catch was a fast second.
But me throw. Let's say you throw one fa. It's a new phone, so I can show mine to you. But yours is not your phone because you probably deleted it. And I tweeted on the game
and
before the game.
Why would I do that? Then I'm again.
I don't know. That is up to you. That is up to you.
Why would I achieve some delete me call log including what the idea me?
Say uni say me ba, uni say wada, who ham chrome. And I want share matching, but uba be you did. It's me ba na say baby sawa.
Kofi.
Obey it was the share match. Okay, match we should.
Tie my main cast okay. Manchester United. Bidi enum dware edda Manchester United.
Nana Saga 7 kan cho say nyanto wase o. Na say ya mu team na enye.
Why?
Nana Saga enemy bi say. Match no shebi.
You.
Uhwebi.
Hey.
Do boss we be say question.
And I don't need
uhwebi.
I'm watching there to be honest with you.
Nyanto boss.
I meant me anhwe.
That's all.
Ba me buy my behwe.
Ma me na analysis me ka say one hwe.
Oh, and I say
boy
live no my share. But my best na no pay. I watch every bit of the
game. But
game.
United no go they did how you.
Me.
No be about how much 11 or 12.
And not it me hwiawo.
And
no na my ma just say me bibi. But and ani hwia me. Na Kofi. Amori ma hihye team o. Team Amori ma hihye no Manchester. The be dia na Manchester. America kromu ho no.
Yo, ma be analyst na me ko.
Assemblybo. Minyanum Chelsea for. Se munim de ba Premier League.
You ko na ne Ebo League na da.
Hey!
Na say you ko na ne Ebo League.
Na anopay so working kan Andoni. Aruna working kan interview
me analysis. Rich. Ahomachi mo share 4 goals to 1.
Bournemouth. Cancel so.
I stayed up to watch the game.
Okay.
Because I wanted to watch Brandon Buemo and Matthias Cunha in the team.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for me, lineup nearby no. Na omon kahubi. And it means that they were not going to play. But to be very honest, I was impressed by Ruben Amorim. I think that United problem goes beyond just tactics. But when it comes to tactically, Ruben seems to be getting the things that he has to get right. And me who line up no. I asked myself, say, who was going to play as part of the deepest in midfield with Casemiro? It was Bruno Fernandes. And I think, say, Obi Osho Bruno be in the number 10 position. Sometimes we complain about how erratic our Onyaboni be constantly want to play forward in Tiana or a few mistakes and makes a lot of interceptions. So Kitabona. But when he played yesterday as the deepest of the two midfielders between Ono and Macy Mount, you could tell that he was very, very good on the ball. More controlled, more tempo, calmness on the ball in United build up. Rich. But the person I was much excited about was Abrantia, your friend who looked sure, and almost everybody on Man United's left-hand channel. Who said my left-hand channel? No, move with Luke Shaw, Patrick Dogu, and Amad Diallo.
The new Patrick Evra.
Patrick Dogu was solid, to be very honest. And I was impressed with Patrick Dogu boy as a wing back. Or could the name Abanechi winning ball playing forward. It was something that I loved. Do you guys still need a striker?
I think so.
Because Enra, I don't know, Michel Rasmus Hollander, he looked like a hungry young man. He looked like Opebibia or team in him. And by the time the first goal came, no, Rich, the way Rasmus Hollander edit a greasy ball on the far post, no, you could tell that that's a very, very good performance from our great friend Rasmus Hollander, and he's growing as a striker. In between the two centre backs, a very, very good run, got a job that again impressed with Patrick Dogu scored the second goal. Amad Diallo top-notch performance on the day. I think say like Ruben Amorim kind of rich, things are getting better, things are getting together. I still think that Muye just a few things away. Muye the culture change away. Ruben Amorim himself being more charismatic as a manager, a bit more pushing the players to believe more. No, something that he also has to do. Apart from that, I think that was a very, very good performance. And who are you choosing, Benjamin Sesko or Oli Watkins?
Watkins.
Oli Watkins.
Yeah.
Why is Oli Watkins your pick?
Because on him league number
experience,
adaptation, and anything. What I say?
Yeah.
Premier League in the catch.
Yeah.
You might be good. Oh, team Obo.
Yeah.
But the Premier League, you know, I don't know how weird league be.
Yeah.
Answer na be found. It takes players 1 or 2 be.
Yeah. In that Watkins sounds like English boy.
He's an English boy.
Yeah.
So indeed, a be phantom.
So Oli Watkins is your pick.
Me and you see, Kofi, my catcher Benjamin Sesko.
Yeah.
It's not like me feeling him feeling no. But the style of playing him pet.
Okay.
Where strikers now. So I na ojina baby an obobo no.
Yeah. We're erratic on the shooting. Who you say? According to SofaScore, out of the 28 shots our ball in 2 seasons outside the box now, I think 2 or 3 per NA on target.
Yeah.
So sometimes a little bit
on striker. Onim go ni shake gidi.
I also think say I agree with you. Why would I agree with you? Already more 2 young strikers on my team. You have Joshua Zexi, who doesn't look like he's going. Rasmus Hojlund, I don't think that there is a market available for Rasmus Hojlund today or in the market in him. So this is something that I'm a little bit coy about. But I think that Samunya, a much more experienced centre forward in Oli Watkins. Watkins has experience in the Prem, has experience as an English boy, like you said, adaptation, you know, and so he comes in, slots in, and also help to mentor our brand friend Rasmus Hojlund and our brand your friend Joshua Zexi. Again, Rich, the money involved in buying Joshua Zexi in buying Benjamin Sesko be too much. Leipzig funds over 75 million down payment, base amount, before add-ons, before a sell-on clause. For a brand here friend Benjamin Sesko when you buy him. Expensive. That is why Arsenal were out of the conversation for Benjamin Sesko. That is why Chelsea didn't think twice about Benjamin Sesko. It looks as if until Newcastle phone a bit when they sell a brand here friend Alexander Isak, Rom this can acquire Benjamin Sesko Rich. And these are the numbers. 64 games played for a brand here friend Benjamin Sesko in the last 2 seasons. Oli Watkins 75. 27 goals for Benjamin Sesko, 35 for Oli Watkins in all competitions, including the Premier League. 7 assists for Benjamin Sesko, 21 hooping for our brand friend Oli Watkins. Even the percentages, still Oli Watkins seems to be leading the XG conversion rates on any other. It looks as if for the short-term measure there, Manchester United should trust our brand friend Oli Watkins. Richardo.
Chairman.
When I see Nhyira me koko do 4 or 5 thereabouts, I slept. Usually while we need my routine. It's 11:30, 12. I was up. Sorry, first thing I saw on my phone was that João Hato to Chelsea, you know, done. And I remember we had said it over here, say, any be a problem.
No matter of time.
It was just a matter of time. João Hato was always going to be a Chelsea player. But Rich, I saw a report from the Telegraph, UK, where they were reporting that near Chelsea sporting director Sniper Somoyeno. Omni said yes, Chelsea at the Club World Cup. I said the confidence in the team no akosro. But it is also at a point where Oman Nhyira, they will be too complacent. They will think that they can play every competition and win until Oman fixes certain problems and then give the coach the dynamism enough that he wants on the team to be able to succeed. So according to the Telegraph, everything they are doing right now in the transfer window is that they want to back this man called Enzo Maresca. Into Maresca tonight any team analysis no. No, because oh, me play away, and I say me profile away. They don't hesitate, and it looks as if say in about the last 3 years This is the very first time at Chelsea are buying coach-specific profiles for a particular coach. They didn't do it for Mauricio Pochettino. Graham Potter put a one check enough to even get that privilege. Frank James Lampard same. But it looks as if for Enzo Maresca, he has proven enough, giving the sporting directors and the owners enough information and then enough thing to think about. Okay, then we can back Enzo Maresca. It didn't start with Jaro Hato. It started in the middle of the season. Not Chelsea both game will be they realized that on physical levels, no, they were not able to compete with some of the stubborn teams, no, our league. So one of the first things that they wanted to look at is the physicality, inclusion of the physical abilities of the various players. Maybe it may not be the first thing that you look at, but one of the biggest decisions in bringing in Leandla was about somebody who can add to the physicality of the team. Even in the middle of the season, Chelsea went to Sporting and asked of Abranche friend Daru Esugo, who was on loan at Las Palmas in the Spanish La Liga. The only reason was that Yepobi was also physical. When Moises Caicedo is not there, their plan throughout the season was that whatever happens, Andre Santos becomes a part of the team because of the intensity and physicality by the team. Rich, what was left was that, say, watch a Chelsea team now, Rich, all across the field of play. Chelsea were at least 2 players for every position. In fact, that is the vision, to get at least 2 players for every position. So the goalkeepers obviously now are Sanchez and Felix Jorgensen. Left-sided centre back Levi Kowal and Benoit Belashili. Right-sided centre back Ube who say certain positions be on a 3, and I'll tell you about it. Right-sided centre back Chaloba, Fofana, and Tosin Adrebiayo. It is because at right-sided centre back, Chelsea will not choose Chaloba this summer because Wesley Fofana is injury prone. And if they've been able to send Mamadou Sarr back to Strasbourg, they know that Wesley Fofana is still fit that he can play. But so then they need Chaloba, then they need Tosin Adrebiayo to come there. It is same for the right side. Right back on him, Reece James, Malo Gusto, and a branch friend Joshua Champion. Because of Reece's injury concerns, they've added a branch friend Joshua Champion as backup to the 2. Then in fifth, you want them Enzo and Andre Santos. Number 6, Esugo, Lavia, and Caicedo. The 2 positions are not Chelsea. A proper 2 main guy and a backup was at left back. Of course, number 10 role, and that is why they were going for the players that they were going for. Rich and Chelsea finalized the deal for Branty friend Jaro Hato. Majority of the reports is saying, say, in pounds is 35.5 million. Are going to be add-ons and also a sell-on cross. I asked for who wanted to get more. Rich, if you speak to the people who have followed the Eredivisie for a long time, they will tell you that this boy within 19, but Obabona has already 25.
I give you
yeah, almost say Obruni Fieneso, and he's a good player. And I think that Rich in some way about the player dovetails into that. Osta Obone ne debut for Ajax Amsterdam at age 16. Then he captained the club at age 17.
No, Kofi, Abrante is always a good.
Yeah.
Also called Hollander and a Netherlander.
Yeah.
A Liga, young players never.
Yeah.
Or academy.
And Ajax is an academy. Yeah.
So on being as the best young player,
yeah,
it tells you the guy is good.
Yeah.
The guy is really good.
Oh yeah. And you see, me share that a little documentary that Ajax Amsterdam did for him. Rich, how he speaks. And Makasa in the modern game, and Nani and double Kasa and he came up. These scouts, they look beyond your Kosovo Park. He's a class actor and Kasartana, gentle, calm, but an intense on the field of play. Technically, a very, very good player. And Rich, what it means is that and then Marco Correa and a very good backup. And yeah, the other two Marco Correa every team in him. What it means is that Marco Correa can get somebody that he can compete with. And also, it was always going to be wrong if Chelsea wanted to run down Marco Correa throughout the season. And he said he will play some games. And of course, say Chelsea, even with the back 4, not either of them or right centre backs, you can push Levi Cole as the RCB and then put Jaro Hato as the LCB. Then one of them becomes the CCB. Very, very important. Rich, Chelsea every now one was a annotation from Bleacher Report from Omaye Marco Crea Wada and Oda sa dia okija ko beach who say much chiabo coconut trees and a shower hotel Abidjan chain literally saying that finally Marco Crea can rest and then they go into him reach for Chelsea to get the boy for 40 million. That is good business. So Rebecca Chelsea I asked wanted in excess of 50 million at least, but Chelsea for now forcing and they made a structure very good structure and then they said they will give them certain amount of a sell-on clause and also a good add-ons for Brandt here friend of Joao Hatu. Last season about 31 games MIS Amsterdam, Marco Crea about 32. So far score rating is 7.13. Or say 2 goals, Kukurea share 5 goals. Reach last season, Onoma the most assist MIS Amsterdam team in him. Left back, Onoma the most assist MIS Amsterdam team. 11 clean sheets. Very, very good player power. You see, on the tackles per game. It tells you, say, Joao Hatu really is made for the top. Rich, the next thing is for Chelsea to do the deal for Xavi Simons. But when Chelsea and Shane here, the Xavi Simons deal will become complicated if Leipzig for any kind Tom Benjamin Sesko.
I will force them not to sell.
They will be in a position now. They can say that they will sell. Don't force them, but they can be comfortable enough to decide not to sell. Because the man was bought from Paris Saint-Germain for 50 million. 50 million. That is why Leipzig are saying that whatever happens in the Xavi Simons deal, at least there has to be 60 million. Send me 10 million be I am faso. Which Benjamin Sesko deal no. Ni boarding. And into the club will be able to obisa questions. Oh, what is the amount involved in the operation of Sesko? You catch say, oh, base amount here 75 million and that. I say, hey, Sesko, base amount 75. I say, oh, dear me, or maybe Chelsea kokoye, Arsenal kokoye, Man United kokoye. And now it looks as if Obetinia ko Newcastle United. But that would depend on if you hear say Newcastle have finalized the deal for Alexander Isak, then the money goes into Benjamin Sesko. But Newcastle, are they much more convinced about Sesko now? In the coming days, we know. But immediately they sell Benjamin Sesko, it means that they are more comfortable. And again, Rich, when you say 10 million, Joao Hatu and Komoni, we constantly said Joao Hatu are told the Ajax and Torah say, oh no, on personal barracks injury, he wants to stay at home for Chelsea to finish up the deal. As it stands now, a branch friend Xavi Simons is still training with Leipzig for now. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like I'm saying, from now going, Chelsea would have to do one quick sale. Send Mombetinia finalizing the deal for a branch friend Xavi Simons. I'm also very, very confident, and also just a matter of days. A branch friend Xavi Simons will come because I think it's going to be tough for Leipzig for to sell a branch friend Benjamin Sesko before they sell a branch friend Xavi Simons. Buying for no so need to tell on them. If they get Xavi Simons, they will take them away from the rich. FC Barcelona this morning airborne game and very, very interesting game. Oshe and Ope match mobile lineup no the normal Barcelona lineup. Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, Mo Nfinfionum, Arau, Kubasi, Balde, and Kunde. I think that looks like the same starting lineup because Nhyira man next season and Barca probably me after Nhyira much now will come and talk about the game. Alexander Isak every Newcastle for training camp. See our training or else say that for training camp. Our training facility or space.
I said initially no.
Yeah.
Newcastle for never catches or man for them to come because branch any.
No,
don't be kind of.
Yeah, on the car say he doesn't want to.
He want to leave. Now it's clear.
When is starting all? Now go person any diplomatic. Oh, me person me continue the money mine. And then Newcastle for so chin now. So it got to a point where he had to stamp his feet. Say, you know what? I want to leave the club where I've gotten to. I need to move on into and that is where now the issue is. Now he's trading at Real Sociedad for Center Rich. Meaning say won't call for but just give me a few seconds. Did you see last night the number of people that tracked the flight of Victor Osimhen?
Thank you for an idea.
Which also make us say Buchi Labaka Chem say Osimhen will not move. Okay.
Sure.
We stayed on for almost 10 minutes on this show because say Buchi is the friend of Osimhen. He has said that he will move. Obebo Galatasaray. Saudi for ne pa. Omo fa sika saying but he won't take. Which Osimhen is saying.
But I was surprised me kakra to be honest.
Me can pull all the buchi said.
Osimhen born or born taking. Now it was Obeba mainstream Europe abebo.
Mainstream Europe. I said one.
But Galatasaray for now.
Yeah.
I'll say a pet time being here discuss home.
Take it for no.
Take it for no, especially Galatasaray as a team.
Any Fenerbahce.
And for Fenerbahce.
Yeah, the two clubs
because
Istanbul.
Team Otimi Leroy signing from Bayern.
Yeah.
Is it at this Edison? And so likely to be City at Johnny. I want to make you people to Osimhen.
Yeah.
And it means that Omu ye bibi.
Yeah.
Galaforo. Eba idea senka. Obviously Osimhen is all about mainstream.
Say now they are attracting some very very good players power on ma.
Okay.
I'm doing to see I go with my from the coach kit to only bombers for ninko na. Thank you ko Morocco bi anka bombers what you ko.
Qualify. You know them coming here akra.
Debbie see I'm qualifying half corner but you qualify.
Oh, send and say I could go South Africa.
Ah, you say ke bem ka bombers what you ko.
I am but and you say US no ho.
US ana.
US home.
US ye me menko.
Ongo.
Menko US.
Okwa home menji.
Nana saka won say oba na abefi na. Abe me Ghana ye me menko US.
I see.
And then UEFA Europa League games no. Qualifying games no be o honom. Ntimi show just a few seconds na me ma codes no. Na we chief one konkucha e honom rich. Bet with codes. First one a 21 FE 9003. Second one a 21 FE 8EF3. And the last one a 21 FE 8AB2. Rich, me das.
Ofi, me so me das. Me samon koma mi be.
I want you me throw one pick it. There's a match one should be. You did this United match. Me throw how much one pick is in. Me throw one pick.
Be me na nyamotre me so. Also offer me.
How much one pick?
Okay. Patcho na boss saying.
Na the United match no time go show me tweet tell me tweet here. Saturday me throw.
Oh me verify my phone so ntina.
Now delete you call log I be dem. If you delete you call log.
Why would I do that?
Oh, it's a BBC we are now phone. Take me delete you call log.
See, say my catch was a fast checking.
But me throw, let's say you throw one fa into a new phone so I can show mine to you. But yours is not your phone because you probably deleted it. And I tweeted on the game
and
before the game.
Why would I do that? Then I'm again.
I don't know. That is up to you. That is up to you.
Why would I achieve some delete me call log including what the idea me?
Say uni say me ba, uni say wada, who am chrome. And I want to matching, but who be who did it? It's me ba na say baby sawa.
Kofi.
Obey it was watch match. Okay, match we should.
Tie my men ka some chiro.
Okay.
Manchester United. Bidi enum dware Edda Manchester United.
Nana Saga 7 can just say Nyanto was you. Na say ya mu team na enye.
Why?
Nana Saga enemy bisa say. Match no shebi.
You.
Urebi.
Hey.
Do boss we bisa question.
And I don't dey.
Uhwebi.
I'm watching there to be honest with you.
Nyanto boss here.
I meant me anhwe.
That's all.
Ba me ba ma be hwe.
Ma me nyam analysis me ka say ma hwe.
Oh, and I say
boy
live no ma hwe. But my best I watch every bit of the
game. But
game.
United don't pull, they did how you.
Me.
No, we have about match 11 or 12.
And not the me view.
And
no, na my mouth is me baby. But and then you me. Na Kofi. Amori Manchester team oh. Team Amori Manchester no Manchester. The Ebedian Manchester. America kromu ho no.
Tell you, I be analyst na me call.
Assembly Minyanum Chelsea for Semunim dia ba Premier League.
You go na your league nada.
Hey!
Na say you go na your league.
Na anopay so working kan Doni. Arura working kan interview
analysis. Rich. Ahomachi mo share 4 goals to 1.
Yeah, Bournemouth. Kansoso.
I stayed up to watch the game.
Okay.
Because I wanted to watch Brian Mbuemo and Matthias Cunha in the team.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for me, lineup nearby na omon kahubi. And it means that they were not going to play. But to be very honest, I was impressed by Ruben Amorim. I think that United problem goes beyond just tactics, but when it comes to tactically, Ruben seems to be getting the things that he has to get right. And me who line up, no? I asked myself, say, who was going to play as part of the deepest in midfield with Casemiro? It was Bruno Fernandes. And I think, say, Obi also Bruno be in the number 10 position. Sometimes we complain about how erratic our Onyaboni be constantly want to play forward in Tiana or a few mistakes and makes a lot of interceptions.
Now what's searching for Nhyira TV no buy pepe obe us live na so na when me aso no watimi adwane so me patcho subscribe anytime bia so bia no ebeba na chese won so wonsa atimi aka na no so atimi aboye pa enti awon komo kakwa de ma me sase enfrefre no ada wonim say club matches na bi enso atimi to dwa na friendly matches a eto edwa na big ones no anopa me di eba awodumade so Tottenham Hotspur and not that Okoye Hong Kong. I dare say, Omusum Kings game no, et me to that din. Wabra Tottenham Hotspur. And you did so many answer, Omuti Arsenal, Apomatraba comment to me, and so Anti Ansana Tiba. They didn't answer any Aston Villa. Omusana, Domini St. Louis, Edison, Omupon Tramino, Ama St. Louis, Satimubako, West Ham United, Aquati Everton, Omupoma Trabako, and after Northern Forest, Womunso and Aya Team and Din at the Astoel, Womu Airport. Manchester United and Sananota and Omiti AFC Bournemouth Eboma Tanaba and Naya Womu Atibubako and Sana Fulham Bobokono Womun and Ali Tiad Edison Fulham Eboma Tanama and Nine Amatiad Etibumino and Sana LCD Loans Bobokono Womu of 1 wonders and so the Kosiani Ama LCD Loans Ebon Tanami and Sama of 1 Womusu Etibubako Mepato the big gamer and Etota and so AC Milan Womu game another Womu AC Milan for Sabi Ominima boy for Omu say Emuya de Emuya Pepe and I tell so Chitima. They didn't add the path air glory. Kwabana Dino Utimis away and for Mobo and T AC Milan for Etomo Pomontra Pola 9 Amatesamo and Pato and Clone Rada and 9 goals. I know say Ama there's a path air glory. Woman sooner Antimantia and another game at Toja. I would do my dear sir, and I'm a player kakra, and some at the Adamama Refisa, the Almighty, Barcelona, and so Abbotan song, and my dear Sau, Wabutimi and Sana, and not the Bass at Diagrose, Robert Van Tosky Yanidia, Laminiama Ebo Bresel, Anna Fe Andres Christensen, and no Quabimuya Amachasa, Santa Line, what a line Kakrabi, and no boss hot, Nabo Adatnemo, Afe Famine, and so Enyani de Pablo Gavi, Enyani de, in fact, their 10-year famine and Bon Tramino and Tim Ano Ansono I dear told okay Ferran Torres rather one abo aya and Tina Ansu Amy no other and no I game at Toja Adama Barcelona and Nano Peno and they on Comaka added down na Anyanos game at Toja Lavente woman Alcacia and not Domu Post 0 and a team and it didn't add the Adia Secanes woman soon at Fema Roma a Bomuntra Aya Miansa woman Ansu Antimante Rio Oviedo woman etna fie woman fiawo woman anso ebo aya 0-0 honti ano an international friendly matches ni bia eto jampato club level and now no pay de kaka adi adami baya na ali woman lt adi asiani ma ali abo ete hatena ba ko mo anso intimate Tottenham Hotspur me pato anopay nondua omo anso ne fada bramen adi besiani wabre na chase adi ase tiedi hofian woman subebo mu game Osberg bobo kono me pato and one baba 2 matches against Crystal Palace kwabna no me no medical bako and san on 9 o ma said to be abo bako no Crystal Palace and Osberg bobo kono and san ya there Fortuna woman so any Leverkusen woman gonna metima toja and san Victoria Guamares woman and so any Celta Vigo e wo game on babonti where your matches are e be toja e wo dumade so no friendly matches are no pay e dey on koma kakra adi edawo e wo e dumade so Mami Korea Madrid na me
Mindi Kobakakra, Obaka, Tama Yabo FIFA, Club World Cup and Madrid, Eba Bekase, Womu FIFA Club World Cup now, and Kadombe Sel La Liga, Womu game against Osasuna, no, Anka Omunchendi, Ayo Mudete Famomo, and pay reporter Menseka, as at the end, Juan Omenya Bono, Yasi, reject no, and ya Abba, and ya Sel La Liga Fono, and so at us postponed here, and Tiania dear free Madrid. Akati Adi Abba, our Jumedia, so now peno, Yadi on Kobakakra, Adi Adamo, our Jumedia, so, and a pay reporter, Mensaka from Madrid, Hona, as a Brantani, dear Viniso Junior. Yes, it's out in the office, no, Bana Abba, and your Adiaba Tibia, North Ababe PM, reporter Mensaka, as I see Viniso Junior. Akata Madrid for the same fact. When you're ready, sir, or Bekosadi, and play woman, or Pasoni Madrid Bobokono, at Toswa and Suyadmano, and no area Madrid, dear from Akati Abba, our Jumedia Sanano Peno, and the own Sam Kakra, and so added Dabakaya, Nano Dano Moko from Mastantuano, and so the Akudani Abaya, Akudana Fe, and the Ordanim, I am Madrid Bobokono, what's our say training, and son with Timabo Matis Cra, and some of my Branton say, Yanka Mobia, and Tata, so I have already, say, and no better than Real Madrid, Ayo Bobokon, Sisiano, where was a born of FIFA, Club World Cup, the Ohu Kakra, our Madrid, who not as Anyama, and so I come at the moment, a reporter, at Toja, our Jumedia Sanano Peno, and the update to be and some at the Adamo, not one say, ya flasse, Alexander Isak, Ayini Kakra was Christian, so, Kwabra reporter, and a payment second, as who call I Newcastle, Womu training grounds were, Yasi and tournament up, and a France, no, Wamaka Koja Elho, France in Buafu, Nadia personal, a Buafu, I said, almost Alexander Isak, and the son of Casa Peso forcing himself out, the team, answer, Woman Casa Domo, no margin, sir, Omoto Alexander Isak, but Kabana, in fact, Yamianim, dear, and Conforno, Atrania Macacra, Ediagu, Adiasuna, Oma and the banner, and a material banner nibi, and a tessa, Omatri spray, and Omatre, Ediagu, and Omadia Quaco trading down, and tournament up, Kabana Asamnum, Uhemo Papatia, and a Padiant India, Bear on Pasomachasa, Alexander Isak, Pada Sabi, Uhana Pasabi, a cry, a bien hotel Alexander Isak, and here the Ancofono, and so a Pasa Omutre, and Tania reporter, Abba, I would media, sir, and now pay Yadi somebody be, and so at the Adam Pato, and Yamina make up Lantanasm, Neomatra Neja, and Michit, and tea, and some Kakanina. Yes, Alexander Isak, and sir, why I know son as we day, and Wakako Resi Sadado, and a Taswaya trading. Yes, a Timnum, a Kata Brantas say, Woman back from pre-season, Nasua Masa Kimamasa, and now there's so many Branton about to cry, and Tomo Kata Alexander Isak say, Woman whom what you say, Womumbra a pre-season, Womumiano Mesa League Nasiano, no, Branton at Maba, and yes, a party and yeah, Colonel Media Branton about Fastenum, and now there's a Bear Kama, and no I am Kobaka Kramete from Newcastle Akatia, make a Kakra, and some Adi Ama Jumedia so, Miko Liverpool, Lipu Fuatasa, Omato players, season so enter, na Ebaba Sasa, roughly, a Kabe 2 weeks pet, na season Yasasa Premier League, and to almost more Kaye. Players no matter Minano, Omudu be a Jesse no Baba, and ya bear commentary, Sanya Bear, Quabran who Jesse no Mana, not one who play across Sanya Bear, how, the Patobo Chassa Jones see no Massexon, and no Abantan, the Daddy Milos Kakis, one of Dofi, Borussia Dortmund, and by on no best Jesse no Massexon, after from vet, and Subasa Jesse no Massevin, and Abantan, the Daddy Conor Bradley, answer Sakudandia or Hodada, one of best Jesse no 12, and a Hugo Iketike, one of best Jesse no 22, Jagi Mamadavili, one more to last year, Nano Diana Brantano, Adrian Pato, who Jesse no 25, and no I Georgie Mamadavili, and after Brantan Dean, Adi I Freddie Woodman, one of best Jesse number I 28, and a Jeremy Frempon, a best Jesse no 30, me Pato, a Brantan Dean Adi I Amin, I Percy, one of best Jesse no 41, and after try I Adiasa Nyone, and soon Abessa Jesse number 42, and team Anian Komaka Kwaza me Pato, Liverpool for Adi Eba, and 2 year Liverpadiana, who Jesse no Mananatas, who play a cry, I can't answer me, and also Komaka Kwananopa, Yadi Abde Tribi at the Adawa, na Richarlison and another. wakɔ akɔpɛ ɛyɛ ne ho asɛm sɛ ɛno ada agya hɔnkɔ hɔ yi ana ɔmakɔgye trophy popotoa bi sɛ ɔmo kyɛ asena baako na yɛbɔ game ne wie a sɛ Richarlison na player of the match no kwabena yɛde maa no ana ɔkɔ ɛyɛ ne Instagram hɔ ana ɔno ankasa ne nua ne countryman Gabriel Magalhaes wɔtage no na wɔde ɛyɛ saa trophy no a yɛde ɛmaa no ɛde kɔto hɔ ana ɔkyɛ Gabriel Magalhaes sɛ ɔhwɛ ɛno a ɔmo Tottenham asɛ ɔmo Arsenalfoɔ na mpo player ɔbɔ no homɔden paa no ɛyɛ no Richarlison na kwabena Gabriel Magalhaes ankasa o ana ɔno nso ɛkɔkɔ posu ne deɛ na ɔposu ya ana ɔno nso tage Richarlison sɛ na wo Hɔnkɔ obi sɛbe nkukɔhwedeɛ mmienu yɛakɔ obi mankemfu ase na sɛ wowanya bi etu a woba abɛsere me na Premier League na meme ne wobɔ last season hwɛ de amegye yɛ man of the match mako mmiɛnsa wo deɛ wɔ he nti mpatɔ ɛno nso yɛ abranta de din ɛde Gabriel Magalhaes ana afei ɛyɛ Richarlison ɛno a ɛwɔ ɛyɛ IG na kyerɛ sɛ ɛyɛ the crack kɛkɛ akyerɛ sɛ ɔmo nso wuro mo hɔ nti player of the match ɔkyerɛ sɛ wɔne gye mako mmiɛnsa ɛwɔ Premier League nim na wakɔ Hɔnkɔ na wakɔgye popotwa bi afei wode ba bɛyɛ gagai ɛde akyerɛ nom ɛno ɛyɛ reporter ɛba ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadie so Dazzle Dumfries mepatɔ wɔyɛ player ɛdema Inter ɔbɛka Barca ɛsɛ ɔmo nya abrante na ɔmo pɛ na abrante wei na release clause ɛda abrante no ɛyɛ 25 million release clause a na ɛsɛ nka Barcelona for ɛtumi trigger ana kyerɛ sɛ saa release clause no Barcelona for ɛntimi antrigger kwabena baabi ɛba bɛdui yɛsɛ expire o di sɛ sɛ Barca ɛpa abrante ne dim ade Dazzle Dumfries a ade sɛ ɔmo ne Inter ɛkɔyɛ negotiation ɛba no saa so a club no bɛtumi ade beyond 25 million ɛyɛ sa release clause na nka da abrante no so no anti ano yɛ dia Barca for no so efra makate ɛde ɛba ɛwɔ yɛ dwumadie so na Manchester deɛ yi Manchester deɛ yi me bɔ mu di kra na tɛsɛ me ho kra tetem na mo kra deɛ mo bɛyɛ den kra in recent times deɛ bɛyɛ efi 2001 ɛbɛ Manchester United deɛ tɛsɛ bra de bra pa deɛ ɔma yɛ sɛ ɔmu mo bi da ɔma yɛ teams na kwamna mo didi mu di ho tete nkae dum na yɛyɛ ɔmo so hwɛ Manchester yɛ ade ayɛ kwabda nso ade 21st century mo nya hwehwehwe na sa yɛsi sia mo ko player bia ho a sa manfo kɔ a Liverpool fo mbo motom na ɔmo de ɔmo sa bɔ mata so pa na ɔmo twiska na ba no na wabi sa sɛ opa he na wayi dia to Manchester de da bi o wunya ɛbɔ player no so onya ɔpɛ player we ɔkɔ team no ase na ɔmfa ne mfɛmme nka mpɛ sɛ wode ne ɛfɛme kakra kyiri na nka mede hu sika brɛ Benjamin Sesko mayɛ gaga sɛ momma Newcastle anto player kwabena na nka momma Newcastle nto player anka mako RB Leipzig ka monkɔ tue sika yɛsɛ Manchester United kɔyɛ mo so Leipzig fɔ mfa ne mfɛm ɔmo ma abrante no mɛbɔ loan ɛmfa mom na nka ɔbɔ loan ne wie a na ɔmo sɛ akwade ne mu amia na nka gya ɔmatimi ɛfa abrante ne tin ade mpatɔ Benjamin Sesko enti yasa abi Leipzig for no sisi atodom se London no media to me no be ayi sika de ba atase be 75 million mo transfer Newcastle de baba o de okoya wo se open bosiambo enti pato Manchester for no de amaye na no pay me so me di mamu ewo ye dwumadi so na yemfro na yakɔ jawo palenya ankoma me nsaka se sisi no Tottenham Hotspur wo ma penye pa se o menya jawo palenya na no down at se wonu so fi Fulham atase odwani team a ne de Bayern no okoye no nyame anim ne de America no na se amfa na yesi 30 million da no sika eso mutimi to abrante no but initially no yesi de omo pe loan deal na omunye no deal no anso awia no ma so option to buy no akwakoye 30 million euros no ye reporter etodwa ewo jawo palenya akache na no pe medikakwa anso adi eda Kudus Mohammed me pato ono anso ni player atase omo so eped no na meba Kudus so na yedi nkoma kakra bada meko LCD loans na ya nkoma kakra from adi eba reporter mensaka anso atase sweet Abdul Hamid wono player atase ne yesi LCD loans anso anya reti agreement with AS Roma atase loan deal and omo so so betime anso anya card na fe ono so atime abanti contract ne be to 2026 and tari nkoma kakra so sweet Abdul Hamid if you brand so akasa at the banana peno ya pretre kakra and some at the adana reporter mensaka say ya come Manchester City na ukoye city one some more victories and omuwa brand team at the Claudio Echiferi na no da crampo Manchester wambubo na Echiferi akudano edi djuma bruta na matitin koma kakra say yasi jiuru na bobo kono from Spain omu chasanka omunya sa 2 players we on loan and come anybody we pa and yasin koma womu anso any Manchester City aka sanka City betiasia and komunya samrante we emienu fama na nka jombe bolod and fama jiru na bobo kono and ka bia season end dia na atima ya kama ade mama no ya update mensaka ewo ayadumade so na kwabna ohun sa akoda bi buafu a asa ayi wabu nua ketwa na ni buafu na o force na person dada na wa friends e bra be die aduane and the way I am kuda ni si yo manim no onya aduane na nka opebeda abufuo nti no ayi ni saba kwa ka tose mempe kwabna yase no bi na abranta ya dindi Victor Osimhen yase oya che clubs ni bi mom nti bo ma nya opportunity e wa YouTube ni de mu be hu dia meche ni ye pa we no yase clubs be ye mako aye enso ana omudi ewa ha Bako aya Napoli on Nakasane club. Ana Bako ya Al Hilal. Bako aya Fenerbahce. Ana Bako ya Manchester United. Bako aya AC Milan. Bako ya Liverpool na fe Juve. Eye bobo ko ne kwabna. Yase yaka wansam ade che Victor Osimhen. Wase da bio we de mempe metiwade. On pe de ebisa na club be na ope. Kwabna ho down ha. Wa ya sai kakra ta so momwe. Ate so galana na nani enso ete on pato. Anope mamen confirm say Galatasaray no me baba kato sa bante de be ya America sanampa Victor Osimhen wanya asane jama Galatasaray na sa the 4 years deal no kwabna de womnie yase the 4 years deal no per season bia no sikapa obenya no aya 12.9 million pounds atas what the ba euros na 15 million euros anu yesika abrante ne nsabeka na o convert every week bia sika okwakwade e Galatasaray no mpato aya 250,000 pounds a week 250,000 pounds a week anatas abrante de kwakwade nsa 4 years na yaso mbema loyalty bonus no mede ma akoda no kwabna yase aya 1 million euros ana afe ni image right nkwa no aya 5 million euros nti abrante de nyame anim ne season mna na wie no okika ni nyina de boma na tese krat no wanya sika setam ano aya abia kuta Victor Osimhen enkoba kakra free card na kate ade eba ne contract no aya till 2029 nti update amema wonsa enso akane na oko transfer marketer kwabna omode 10 most valuable players ade abakawele abasa yanka players in fact womo sumbu ye pa na womo areti na omo reti obi asika enso esenanim womo tasa branded de lamini yama wono na asasi so yaka player ne bo enso anim ye osumbu pa lamini yama ne sika sankenei wode saade na nankade tona ankabe 2 million euros ena nkase wutua ansa na watimi ato lamini yama afa player tosumienu aye Jude Bellingham wono ye Real Madrid player adisank wetu 180 million euros ansana watimi enya no Kylian Mbappe so yesi ne bo ne Jude Bellingham aye pe adiso wetu 180 aye million euros afa Holland enso ye Manchester United player wono so ne bo ne ejina the same thing adiso wetu 180 million ansana watimi enya brante no Vinicius Junior de adiso wetu 170 million euros ansana nka obetimi ato brante no Bukayo Saka yasi ne bo wani ye pa Arsenal player no wono ne bo asum 150 million euros ansa no waba benya Pedro Gonzalez Barcelona omo player no ne bo pa no yasi transfer market na nkese aje 140 million euros ansa no wetimato no Liverpool for out of front vet na sisa na brante no ne transfer value no anso aye 140 million euros waba benya Jabala Musiala we prade be so na ne value no asun seda antisa 140 million ansa no wetimato abrante no ansana Fedi Valverde wanu aye mad the player wanu so adesank wetu 130 million euros ansana wetimi ato player no enti nyame anim ne sanka wo players a wo mu bo wasu ye panka wo beto ma bode a wo keka team bia anka tase team ani dim ade Real Madrid ano mu players adosu yo mu ewo mu ye pa ansana wa ba benya aye team a ne din ade Barcelona enso o mo maka nya de aye baako na eja ene na mu santi ene yankoba kakwa kakwansa etotwa ewo dwumade so na no pɛ no yɛde update ni bi ɛde down wɔ ewo ɛyɛ dwumade so me pato me ko Newcastle na sa akwabena be gye de sɛ yɛse Newcastle akɔ Madrid goalkeeper Andrew Lunen ho sɛ ankaja ankomo pa abrante no ankomra meda goal post no mo anso emfa mo ana ɛgya omudi nkɔma ɛno ati ata sɛ yɛse ɔmo kɔ Madrid sɛ abrante de dim ɛde Andrew Lunen de ɛnya de sɛ wamo ebeton ana conference okay monto no kwada nka munye 3 million na nka mo fama ye on loan yes mad the force 3 million enya de so mo je for Andy Lunen eno na ma o ma tension akwa branta de dia de James Trafford so eno so mo ye ya na eja Manchester enso fa branta no anom so dia kan de ade se Erom Ramstar no metimenya no ata so mo de kokko wie ho entim eno ye reporter a free Newcastle na fe Andy Lunen akate epa ewo edumade so na no pay Meka check akra ansum adiama na okọ Brighton and Hove Albion and Pato wo player na no do mo de ma alone ana teso obole execute kakra abranta ni din ade for candle aye abunanoti enkoba kakra menseka asasisi no Borussia Dortmund atasa omunya abranta na kombepe entene no wo mu din koma with Brighton bobo ko omunya fakando aye abunanoti na kaja abranta na timi aba be sia kan adiama mafe anoma sa so mu din koma kakra enso we sa agreement ne ba abranta zube tima adwane enti no so update de matisa Olympic Leon and so atasa omunya branta na enya bad kra emfa momo enti the Argentine player and so nkoma kakra ne na me court Chelsea ade ni ne sisia Jaro Hato enkoma metia se Orlando sisia atasa why ni Americas na dia ma Chelsea enti kwabena enkodo anwumre de na Jaro Hato Chelsea ultimate official communique enya ba 43 million na Chelsea etwa ebi ama meka ho and Pato Brantane de contract at Chelsea Ademano no aya till 2032 nti utimisa wabeba te pa 19 years na Brantane wo nti ano aya Jaro Hato no ano pay Americans no to den afi ukọ Juve force omo yawe say about 3 players ana omo pe aya Douglas aya Lewis na omo te say Northern Forest ana fe Everton ana omedin kan ye pa ata so mo hese wo metimenya Brantane on say Brantane nkasa na Premier League no mo ana Chelsea Juve ekofa no na yesi obeso returning back to a Premier League no and tinkoma epa say so mo assess team and sika be so no na afia de say Juve and so metime apeni aye inkina no mo so etime ja player no amana ko eno so kakra ni ma menko via we na meni nkoba kakra yesi via we ne Brentford and so edi nkoba enkoba kakra mu di enyina so ayesa Brantane di ne de Arnold Kalamuendo enkoba no ekosu yebo pa Stade Rene ana Chelsea Brantane wo na enkoba mete ayesa via we ana aye Brentford wo munya Chelsea anka omo pa Brantane we enti ise na ato ade Stade Rene se bi omo team and offer aye good na fa Brantane di ade Arnold Kalamuendo fe o metime ja player no enso menentimi adwane club wo feel say obetimi aboaye pa eno enkoba kakwa so etotwa ewo tumade so na no pe no me di update ni bi ade adam wo na mame ko mikimo me pato Rangers ana me kwa kwadi nkoma kakra me ko Scotland na enkoba me second say official confirmation no enso enya ba Rangers say he said that Brantane dey mikimo enso enya adwane omo alone from Tottenham Hotspur atasa Brantane no enso eba be bom ti ene enkoba kakwa so etotwa ewo tumade so na no pe no me prete kakra enso adiama me ko Arnasa na makwa kwadi nkoma kakra uko Arnasa kwabna Amelek Laporte nkoma kakra mete ayasa yeso office p na eba for Amelek Laporte ayasa teams bebre enso ehese we metimenya Amelek Laporte enyo no kwa yeso Otavio reporter eba ayasa Brantane so beko enti yesa Arnasa boboko no omo hekwan a we metima fast no metima wiewie enyo no kwa apart from say 2 players we no yeso ko Bologna nso a wo mo anso epa Brantane din adi Wesley na no Diana Chase Wesley so adwane Arnasa reporter mensaka esa ono so office p eba ewa Brantane na no pe no yakete kaka adi ama ewo edumadi so kwabena amde tamensaka ebiem esa sisia no Chelsea edi nkomo na Chelsea nkomo nyina ya Sabi Simons yasi Chelsea for fee say sani omani ayase ya na edubre bi omakacha ayase se ebo no mu nkomo nim biem no yase no abi na omo ye Sabi Simons Simons deɛ no chances sɛ ɔmo nkɔmɔ anim biem in fact nyame anim ne sɛ team no mpɛ sɛ Abrante no abeba and omuni hweka because Abrante nankasa aka ni 2 years contract pɛ ana ɛwɔ ɛyɛ wɔn nso contract no so enti sɛ ɔmo pɛ player aka 2 years ɛnyɛ fina woni ɔmba bɛtwe na boɔdenden ne ade ana ɔmba yiri borim ti sɛ ɔmba yɛ saa deɛ ne deɛ ɔmba ha no sɛ bia na Abrante no pɛ deɛ ɔmo nkasa ɔmo gya n'akyi di Abrante deɛ Chelsea ɔmo pɛ ne paa emom ɛboɔ no ɛnya de so mbe pɛgyam biem ti sɛ ne RB Leipzig fo bɛte ase a ɔmo nte ase na tɛs Abrante no enso antwene entade yɛ nkɔmɔ kakra so a efi service Simons akate ɛde aba update time sɛka ɛsɛ Chelsea atansi nyinaa after ne medicals ɛde majara hato ɛyɛ Abrante de team ɛde ɛyɛ service Simons an afe Garnacho bato mame Garnacho ɛyɛ Christian so Manchester United player no sɛ Manchester for ziado mo homini ma de pa enti omo de ɛyɛ reporter men sɛka ɛsɛ Chelsea se ɔmanya wie 2 players ata so mo he so mbedi omu djuma pa no impo Abrante ne dey serve there omu fi so manya na wia ne sa enti emom de Abrante a jafra no aye Garnacho ana tese ombemo mani adi na tie pa na fe oma ye kwan betimi de Abrante na fa so na Alejandro Garnacho enso etimi aba betwani Chelsea aye bobo kwanti makato se so ne live ewo YouTube makato se ye Facebook ne ye challenges kakranti which radio suna upeso hu videos ne pictures baki pato stories na woko YouTuber Nhyira TV na wa subscribe na fe yetimi apape na wa tiny so no na yedin koma kakra na koanim kakra na mami Nicola Tagliafico na mindin koma kakra former Barcelona player no am determined saka say what a flight ma woko Leon na wako sane edema Olympic Leon and Bobo Kono na to 2027 and we Nicola Tagliafico but ne contract Abrante so edi kwako no enum aso kakra and na no pay medi edan wo ewe adwumade so meko Haras Voronya na okọ Haras Voronya kwabna omo wakuda we so ba ko eho a ne dini edi Danieli Galati na yeso ni mbobo ye pa AS Roma atasa Abrante no oma wiewie ene oma booking medicals atasa Abrante ne edi Danieli Galati anso ekwakoye ni medicals ne kama adema team and team edi AS Roma 10.5 million euros ana teso mutua repato 1 million advance kakra eka ho and team anu yankoma kakra so a efi team and team edi AS Roma akati anso edi eba na mami Thomas Franke na meni koba kakra okay mama Abrante ne din anso edi Christian Nogard na kwabra Christian Nogard anya 31 years where Arsenal player na Andy Hana Manu Kudus Mohamed no mano ni game no fana yi fama no na miwia maye no ade atoaso kwabra Christian Nogard ni na wanya 31 years Arsenal asi ono no mo di replace Thomas Partey na another Abrante no nya game against Tottenham Hotspur Bobo Kono na onim say Tottenham Hotspur omuni head coach ayo panya ni dey Thomas Frank ana Thomas Frank say anra wo wo say Abrante ni dey Christian Nogard ebo ede e tia no na ne wonwa ye pa because Abrante ni 31 years wanya no kwabna was emu 12 years wono na atwani Abrante no enti 12 years wani Abrante na ye adwuma 12 good years enti oni Christian Nogard ye pa wanya ni da say bre bi bedu ono Christian Nogard ebekwa ko team bi afa no no abo ede e tia ono Thomas Frank but no that you hu ye no was anya ne won Abrante the board there when ni boy ye party and no of you say kwan a ofa so a wo hu Abrante the board no and there said nani and so atu ye pa no koma kakwa so be pato etotwa efi Thomas Frank akatia and na no pay ye practice kakra adiama ewo adwumadie so na eno ati me pato open no anso kasa na ne nkasa ye nyina about Kudus Mohamed eno adam pato Kudus Mohamed anso enya game adima Tottenham Hotspur na anona Thomas Frank atasa in fact Kudus Mohamed there were a fantastic player na good performance anatasa Abrante enya was Kudus ekraba the possession bibia ye good individual skills no bibia ye good chances creation or a top notch enti player and in fact nyame anim ne eba no offensive abrante no woyɛ adwuma yɛ pa eba defensive so abrante no so anim ni boye pa enti Kudus ma ne pato ɛno da ɛno yɛ de ne head coach ɛka ade fa no na no pɛ no ɛde a wonsɛm kakra ɛde ɛdan wo ɛwɔ ɛyɛ adwuma de so na no pɛ yɛ pretre anso ɛde adan wo na mako ɛyɛ Kudus ma me de ma no na so na agya me fa yɛ ni nua ɛyɛ abrante de din ɛde Joseph Pintler kwabna ɛno da ɛde sɛ LA Galaxy wɔn so ɛbɔ game na ɔmo game na ɔmo ɛbɔ no abrante de din ɛde Pintler anso ɛnya brace anso ɛde ma LA Galaxy no anso reporter if you brand kate at the eba I would demand so na peno update bi eba away demand so na yen trene kakwe na men come anim na fe men fan 70 bi amfa na dia afe yen fida asna so na fa me come anim kakra mame La Liga na men nin koma kakra e Barcelona enso kate kwabna reporter men say kan as Barcelona answer the only problem Barca have says he say Barca no kwayon be first so make me register players na Barcelona say players will be oha wo mo contract renewal na yesi La Liga no emna ewo ama wo kwan say player bia no o person man contract renewal with me structure ni payment no ni sika sem no na watimi amortize no enti Barca nke bia wo be trade kredi ba ko pe no kwabere bia 2 years ana wo de be ka branch no ho a wo be tumi trade kakra yesi sa de nti ebe bo ma Barcelona players wo ho a eso mo timi register mo ni nyina no wo betimi register mo enti dudu na no more concern say bia contract renewal Barca Edmajus Kunde ana say Hafinha e bia emma Barcelona ho kwan emma mo ntimi register players no but reporter men say kan esa konya beba adema Barcelona na okọ Barca an say mo captain Samband no ehun Barca fans ne tell say captain bia ni ho tenafie wa bra amband ni da fie na fefo esisi park ne so ebobo enti on pesa captain Samband no yanti efrefra brantia ni dia de makani tese jansem na afe yendi Sunday and from already also ko Barcelona wo ma amband na ebom no aye Pedro Gonzalez and afe Ronald Arao and aye Hafinha now the makani tese jan enso aka and ko kakra mete say Barcelona player mo identify no o mo fi say so mo di adman no enso ebon ye Pablo Gavi mi pato teni Pablo Gavi ano aye player Barcelona for say makani tese jan ebe free mu dia ono ye player eso mo di ni same na fe captain Samband no enso etimi bono and the players nanka Barcelona fan ka eso mo ha mo a kwabna Barca ni ahwe mo bako aye Lamine Yamal bako aye Robert Lewandowski bako aye Inigo Martinez bato enom aye Barca ko bakakra ena no pay mika ewo dwumade so ene yedi o ko bakakra na sorry kwa mi wu kwa ya besere mama Manchester United na kwabna in your for say 25% is abomo now omo ampa say omo bae omo Manchester yede yedi say musica semina ejinaba na mutwetwe sika gu rough amanfo didi o Manchester United rough na akoma kakra mezaka asa yazi news company ne say 25 na anso munti on pass omo 35 account 35% sales our Manchester United kwabra omo to ba beka ho a me so mistake no ebekwa ko do 44% there be 64% sales our Manchester United na anona nkoma kakra meti ayese abasa ombe control Manchester United na omo na eba majority shareholder our Manchester United bobo konom na omo tsa aye injection omo ya sika beba mu 1.5 billion pounds 1.5 billion pounds and yes ka Manchester Sabaka and he said yes atwa the glazer mo jo glazer mo esa ombe penny say bia in your phone no one more matter 35 na ka already back we no Manchester was omo teach because Ankrofo buyer Manchester to be into player bia Manchester be ko bia Ankrofo so dabi ye penulo so pass on better player on permanent basis in the dabi e your loan kwa no mo pe on better player so a kwabena enye loan so a na ye bu Manchester United and Tinios for no and come back na from Portugal na yanko Arna Sabobo kono and no other tese omo free Saudi e ko Portugal na e ho ana mo kwako yo mo pre-season no and come back mete so mbe free August 4th ana tese omo be free Portugal and so asamba na so omo kwa amo ebabo friendly matches kakra ho ane mam Cristiano Ronaldo another FA president anso adi ma Portugal pato opinion de Pedro ono akasa na Pedro Pranka asi yanka mo biancha say Cristiano Ronaldo kwabna also kan wan sema kan ye because Ronaldo no anya just Ronaldo ne Ronaldo masa Portugal wo mo som no mo adono enti u kan wan sem biasa na wa heni na abrante na no the way we sit here any the one in near message here no sabi obi antimi e ma ne sesane bibia wono ankasa na o professor obasesane bibia wetimi enso asesa anti nkoma kakra ne na shatim do se na shatim no se akoba se Ronaldo call up ba and on person obeka bi wajade ama coach se eya coach nye na djuma but apart from that there Ronaldo ono na take any decision on the bibia anti ano ye reporter me pato etotwa e waduma de so na pay head kakra and so at the chama no say osro we dey pictures in kwa hini pictures in kwa hini with no nyazimia akobo kakra ni ateseja ya de ta kakra ho ayo dwuma de so na me komanim kakra na ye hwede wa issue no ansum asitie e wo yan hye awodo so enti ahunsu sam kakra ni atese ye di tudwa ana kwabna yibi wo ho ana ubebisa so wi bia umbisa ma na nka mehwe na me ani se wo bibia ubebisa na nka ja waye ne ntem na nka
ka che news for no say yenton
monton
ye ni ani here capital injection ba we dey injection we dey
Mosro mo
amudi inject ye be here capital injection pa
amudi panel wo msi kum
go say
eduwe ne beba
yes kapa that's ka we dey catch say Jimmy ni in your support no so 1% kura 1% stake yenton yenton mo ntino no mawie so what we would no
mawie shisha mawie but the only one aka I abanted the Ebrechi eze player now Arsenal for pen from Crystal Palace no or also say release course ya dano so no etina na best spy and they say Arsenal fan kwan ko 68 no sisi ya omonka hu se bia on be kwa kotua be 90 and no ye dia and so e ba ntino kwabna midwesi anim say na minim okay se kofi aba
yes player Magiri a cologne our Sunderland
I know na nka me besi so e dia ma we players eba se umbe features be 15 and eba so mu nyina Chelsea we so umbe jo mo kwan kwabna Christopher Nkuku Azo de Sase Benoit Badiashile Leslie Gochuku Benjamin Chiwo Raheem Sterling Alfie Gekrish Kani Chukwuemeka Kenan Disbriho Nicolas Jackson Mark Udiano na wakasu wabosu sisi Renato Vega Aaron Ansemeno Amando Broya Anafe David Daitro Fofona when the players are men say ka say yenwie de na yehu mu nyina
my dear pa okay enjoy me dey so 4.5 ba mesamo and yentimi and streaming live on Facebook ya catch them say nya challenge kakra e pa me chomo fanche enya challenge with our Facebook stream no enti so ba so hwedwumade ni live I just saw by YouTube in Short TV na was subscribe so now what me actually show the live make us say yeah live our YouTube in Short TV na also enjoy a show no enchekra na Fish Manfred eba na in started discussing so no informa but on say you run new month and 1st August na you run new month and na meguso ameka o se mo apomden ehia pa me pese afiwe nkona wiye no na Nhyira FM in fact Nhyira passports listing e bia now that so tiase ayade enkun eno nti yade bi ti se stroke na enha wo asthma ya na wo ye kese ojonso ntentem ojonso obre ana so oba wo kwa fichira we ya abosumi asoyin na obi enhu se kodofo aba park so mesew basa drone ba ko pe 3p gargamisha kotobi num sisiei yade abebo so nyine betu ase enso de ma koda ne heba misi Colinac o na ne 3p gargamisha ebi awo frɛ 0248928824 na se wono mo adi komo na yenya apomdien wie yi o se edidie na pizza ayeduane ba kwa ede papa unya de onim ne ya pizza ede na onim sɛ kuroma ha Western by Pizza and Lunch ɔmo deɛ nna ɛdɛ paa meka no kora kyerɛ wo ɔmo deɛ no ɛne deɛ aka enti wopɛ pizza kuroma deɛ ɛdɛ paa ɛyɛ Western Bite Pizza and Lunch ɛna mekamfo deɛ ma ɔmo wɔ ahodwoɔ yɛ a ahodwo runabout wɔ Girl Filling Station ɛwɔ na wowura hɔ a ɛhɔ a I mean no kɔhwɛ environment bi a wokɔtena hɔ didi a bɛka so wɔ Europe hɔ fɛ papa na ɔmo aduane nso na ɛba de local ones ne nso a sɛ wopɛ jollof bi fried rice bi banku na tilapia bi akyɛkɛ papa bi ne nyinaa no wokɔ Western Bite a ebi ɛwɔ yɛ lunch wɔ nso no wobɛtu akɔtena na wagye w'ani kamakama paa mepatwɛw place order ɛwɔ 0598 980 na mo no mo ani ɛyɛ nkɔmmɔ na ahu sɛ pizza ho ade a mede bɔ so paa mefili cook ai me deɛ pizza de cook deɛ m'ani gye ho papapapapapapapa ɛno nti no Coca-Cola Ghana ɛyɛ beverages ɛsɛ menka nkyerɛ asantema sɛ hɛ wokɔ Western Bite akɔgye wo pizza no ɛsɛ wonya wo cook ɛnso de ka ho na ɛsɛ ayɛ sɛ de woatwa fufuo na atɔ nkwam no wokɔ ne diem dɛdɛdɛdɛdɛdɛdɛ ɛno nti deɛ tie nie sɛ sɛ ɔmo so menka nkyerɛ sɛ hɛ coke no yɛate boa no so a to the sense sɛ wonim sɛ nnɛ 300 ɛyɛ ml no wokura 5 cedis a wobɛgye wo cook wompɛ wii na apɛ deɛ Coca-Cola Ghana beverages nyame nhyira mo ate piao mayɛ adwuma no nyinaa ɛsɛ wokura 5 cedis a wobɛnya coke kama na ɛsɛ wode abɔ pizza no so na biribia nso atumi akɔnkan enti wuram baabi a yɛtɔn ano no deɛ biara no ɔse wopɛ ɛyɛ coke kama na ɛsɛ wo nso no watumi anom nso ɛwɔ hɔ mepatwa akɔntuo deɛ ɛno a ne ɛyɛ Bonva stores na Bonva stores no akɔntuo ho nsɛm nyinaa sɛ wotu kwan akɔyɛ adwuma wotu kwan akɔsua deɛ wotu kwan na bia nsrahwɛ so kɔhwɛ obi kurom na wasa aba Ghana obi wɔ so mabrɛ mpɛ sɛ mkɔ America kɔgyema home wodeɛ wabrɛ kɔgye home America kurobu a okay obi pɛ visa akɔtena no obi sɛ ɔno ɔkɔgyina home wɔ America enti mo nsaafo no nyinaa na kɔntwo nsɛm mepatwɔ fa kɔda ɛyɛ Bonva stores na nyame ɛyɛ adom a yɛpɛ nipa ɛyɛ 50 a mo ankasa mo yɛ adwuma businessmen and women yɛde mo kɔ ɛyɛ Turkey na mo nso makɔhyia manufacture so mo ne ɔma didi nkɔmmɔ wafa ɔnneɛma ɔde aba Ghana ɔmmra no ɛmfasoɔ sɛ tam na ɛsɛ wo nsa ɔtumi nso aka bi a nyame yɛ adom a bono trip no yɛkɔ trip kakra ne akɔdwedwe yɛ ho nyame yɛ adom a memendɛ ɛbɛ 2 weeks ɛna yɛkɔ nti ɛno nso yɛ interested a na wafrɛ number yi 0531 085235 yɛwɔ Agya Zongo ha yɛ tech Agya Zongo ha yɛne Victory Baptist asɔre no ɛnso ɛna ɛbɛn yie paa nsa bɛtumi akɛnɛ na pii phones and accessories ɛsɛ menka nkyerɛ sɛ phones deɛ sɛ ɛdum koraa deɛ store biara tɔ phone asɛm bɛɛ koraa ni na mmom meka no koraa kyerɛ wo ma ɔni na hɔ ɛdum hɔ no wokɔ hɔ a wura ɛna na pii phones and accessories ɔmo na ɔmo phones no yɛ original so timpakyɛw wopɛ phone a ɛyɛ papa Samsung Huawei Tecno Infinix Itel Nokia nom nkwadaa tablet ni nyina original one ɛne akɔfa de aba woba na sika no nso adeɛ fa half so wode fa sika no half bra woba na wafa Ghana card ɛde aka ho woba no bɛtena se ne ahyehyɛ watua no nkakra kɔpem sɛ wo nso bɛtumi atua wie company wopɛ sɛ ɔtɔ phones ɛma workers a yɛbɛto si sɛ hyi na watumi atɔ bebree ɛde ama ɛyɛ workers sɛ yɛsɛ bɛtɔ adeɛ na yɛnsa nkyɛw adeɛ ebi yɛ branded t-shirt yɛkyɛ exercise book ɛne pen yɛkyɛ ɛyɛ ɛkyɛ so ɛna afei sika bɔten 5,000 Ghana cedis na P phones and accessories piao ɛnyɛ asɛm ketewa koraa ne nyinaa ɔrekɔdo enti wura mu wɔ hɔ so na nso kɔdwo deɛ kama na biribiara no nkɔnkan enso emfama ho kuma se edum aseda so na kesbe ho no nsa betimi aka mo obi ba JK ewo adum so honso no building nim Prudential Bank opposite na afa pizza to na kwesi Jima building nim honso ye ho 0533 093422 na onso wono omadi nkoma kanfa se ba mecha de eye bibidura enu na sesei obia enso enumbie enu timpacha wonya enumbia na onso atimi atobi titiriu mepacha wa diabetes awo so titiri ade na droni oBP infections how me pacho ta complain so honam ya wo ya so ho edura nwuma o tiketa so sa Oliver o twa scan wie ye no ye so obrebo no problem aba ho wa hwe a obrebo de be kuntam kura edrona ne campus heba me sha de ya timpacho kotobi na enom okofa demands abe nom Gilgo Pharmaceutical Santase korongo brekum nkokọ sunyan ona no edroyi ebi ewo ho me pacho number no a oni edi nkomo 0245455740 na monomadi nkomo tap send there some ka cho say app ntino aya na wa download bi ewo phone so abrochire phone dina me pamcho wa da obia and download tap send baby a obia na sika bia odi free abrochire aba Ghana no ise bosomi aso so ho abrochire fo ya cham good morning from Ghana na ya tesa abrochire magema ketua kama pa nti ya chefa na ewu mu no esemu a wonye ne boko na momfamfa tap send mumiaso na sika ne mna nyenya bi enso mfanya ade nyame nsomo sama so ayemre na ma sedi sika no enso dia ba amen coffee good morning chairman patron na how to say bema na bema wa chiti so obi anim hoye
I know he do what
say mu ya de bi mani agem ho and I feel the current technical directors at the Chelsea Football Club no they need to be studied.
I don't know my
they know my they almost manage Chelsea sisiano many agem mo and moto the right set of players so and na mo ton so a mo ton so the nyen ton nko a they say mag use yes mo de no call Sunderland loan ti my ade ebo mabaso
Kendry Pies and so he called Lona or Strasbourg Mamadou Sarr Echo Lona or Strasbourg inti I mean in Gakanka there are some other players that say Chelsea Sansi with my Richmond you met here from TSC say there was slight technical problem
with our Facebook
or your Facebook inti say watch you stream now on Facebook and you won't find out now saying Facebook for more community guidelines are very strict to the extent say I need to see the best graphics and my T for near for send a money bedroom but it looks as if say you reevaluate some of the graphics here banner because we have that technical problem and they streaming live on YouTube or Nhyira TV or Carbons live no just click on Nhyira TV in fact call Richardo Twitter Richardo_Smith or Twitter link or comment Twitter my retweet Sokoban Fatilo all of us the social media handles now ni na go on my bit my kunya show ni bi no enjoy live show bra ni ni komone yenye analysis na kama ewo YouTube ewo Nhyira TV me show okoso no subscribe what turn on notification what choose or send be they be on you something the content to go on no I enjoy ewo Nhyira TV na bibia
na you see na ye world girlfriend day sana matino and great
you say me about
ko vi mi hu so apostu girlfriend ko vi asante you see na ye world girlfriend day you see an obi dia send me mi hu so apostu girlfriend na den
say you me ni bi
okay oni ba ko ne jai
ebi so a enyo oba bi aso no public
attention ta
say all be out in beto about wo on pesa wo on pe PD no
mi say mi mpe
umpe because umpa na say wo odi nya yi do umpe so be
many nyi ho
wori nyi ho do you post one on your machine
me a private person
do you post one on your machine
who post me
no your machine say and the problem be see
who can say mo
because the way I do
umpe no pay and then what girlfriend day umpostu girlfriend munina mumami hu so obi aposi ni de mumposi na e man so mo yesa no ntumi on de anyway
the posti
obi amposi ni de
original say oh girlfriend why not
I mean so penko ade ayema
yeah I mean show her love let her know say odono but be careful so the problem so bad here unu nya me ye ni hobi
sure
to the na so ye
when now dey ni etu a impostu baako aha baako no a bia na wo block no anyi
I don't tire na
to me kofi Some two green. Chimusa, no evidence in any.
You know, I get evidence.
So, or the back could be no way. As I'm young here.
There's all blocking no man.
I said my blocky back.
One is all number back.
Me, yes, actually.
Not yet.
Say me blocky and ye. Someone in a bit. And you may. Yeah,
we see girlfriends in happy girlfriend day. We see their girlfriends in here. I was a good deserve. Now, right now, I'm for no girlfriends.
Why more?
Side for no.
Sanchez, I'm
girlfriend.
Category in this room.
They are
very broad.
It's also very important. And you wish you would because I go for yourself. I'm a boy balance.
So, only a problem. Be a call.
We say side chicks.
I'm some. Oh, dear, more money.
I'm worried for that. And my worry for those you move fool. Oh, encourage you could say.
Oh, Munyai.
I will go anymore.
I'm growing away. I'm never Boma or the energy.
But I say a bit more. Side for the woo on members of claim me. And no problem. Just who please.
As a baby.
Show your side. Into whom Madame are now watching a bag. One man. But rich.
Okay.
See, Yanko. It's Galatasaray for na Yadibia. I did not expect to see them. In fact, I don't think there is any football club since I started following the game in earnest. I mean, say, oh yeah, Adiana and no Galatasaray for no AND. Rich, yesterday was official. Victor Osimhen was back in Istanbul. And he is going to be a player of Galatasaray for the 25-26 season for 4 more years. Rich, Osimhen is 25. By the time a contract man, you know what, 29. The story around Victor Osimhen. In fact, if you've listened to Victor, he tells an exciting and interesting story of Senia as a young boy from Abeokuta in Nigeria. Now, a hockey, pure water, and sachet water in the traffic. As the youngest of Nipa Pama, na onko any scan command Nipa Pani edition in your penny for Obomo. Rich, when Victor got a chance to go to Europe, it wasn't straight up. Uko transfer marketer. Look at the baby of Victor Osimhen coffee fire and son even the big breakthrough at Napoli. There were times in Charleroi, or Belgium. There was a time in the French and German Bundesliga, and then of course Lille. It was from Lille. And Italy. Before then, he had issues with injuries and malaria and adaptation. Which, when he broke onto the market in Italy, he was unstoppable. For everybody who loves the game, or G2, Mr. Victor Osimhen, a top player, I believe that Charlie, the numbers of Victor Osimhen are a top tier, and you can't take anything away from him. Winning them the Scudetto, becoming the first player to win the Coppa Caponieri, which is the top scorer in Italian Serie A, and also winning the Scudetto for since 30 years for Napoli for which he made him a king. But Obekaya and Sembi as your social media manager Nuko Posti BB more like a racist issue. Victor Osimhen took offense to it. Rich Nafedi Bedu Baby, Nicole Chano thriving under him, Luciano Spalletti, Ebabe Fuemako, your Italian national team. Victor felt that this is not a place for him. Even when Antonio Conte was coming, they wanted to try and integrate a branch of Victor Osimhen to the team. But Victor said, this is the end for me. Only Vicha Koreskeli. Rich, for almost 2 months, we have been grappling on the Victor Osimhen story. Why Nebetia, you see, oh, Sikana. Players, no teams, no Europe, no Osimhen salary no was so they will not be able to pay and amounts no on team call Chelsea, on team call Man United, Saudi for and he's kind of on the table, so he turned it down because he wanted to stay in Europe. Rich, me a Galatasaray for na yena me see me here, and man me say Femi and Rana Jono. This is Galatasaray's official Twitter handle. And now when the whole thing became official, no more register Victor. Rich, this is what Galatasaray puts out on their Twitter. I'm not sure originally in tech, but then I've used the Twitter translation into English and I'll read it for you. I'm going to say, regarding the transfer of professional footballer Victor James Osimhen, an agreement has been reached with his club SSC and Napoli SPA. In this contest, a net transfer of 75 million, like we mentioned, will be paid to his former club. Additionally, under the terms of the agreement, 10% of profits of the player's net sale will be paid to Napoli. A 4-year contract has been signed with the player, effective from the 25-26 season. According to the agreement, the player will receive a net guaranteed fee reached you. A net guaranteed fee. You have the Victor Osimhen salary at 2 abonting. What will be that?
Yeah, they are undisclosed.
Right.
They be undisclosed.
Which even for most of the European clubs, they don't officially put it out. Galatasaray put it out. And you know, I'll tell you something about Turkey. 50 million euros per season. And net loyalty bonus, like Gabi was telling you, 1 million euros. And of course, an image right of 5 million euros.
That is incredible.
Which big 6 European clubs, nobody could have paid this money. Maybe unless Madrid. Or let me say, nobody will pay this money. Oh dear, my calculation, my 15 million divided by 12 months. Gabi did it. You've seen the amount of money that he takes in a month. So it means that he will take in excess of about 2 million, no, 1 point something million each month.
That is huge.
For Victor Osimhen, yes. The last time Mabe Kacho said, Marc-André ter Stegen is one of Barcelona's highest paid players, or just 1 million per month. Then you go to even English Premier League. Mohamed Salah is the highest paid player, one of the highest in the English Premier League, 375 in the US contract. Which this salary range is in the range of the Mohamed Salahs, the big boys, and Galatasaray have respected Nhyira.
So probably in the man stay.
Which but Onyesika can see elsewhere.
But when Yan said we no take it.
No, I referee are allowed for this kind of rich.
No, so Sentinel make us say a brand to me rejected Ahila from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
It tells you say not the Garaf on the man is okay.
Yeah, near bad.
It's okay.
But make us say in case come you could have gone to Ahila. But it is true that he wanted to stay in Europe. But it's not Europe. Maniska no se be man the water the yam. Rich. And yes, you cry Victor Osimhen Nigerian.
So that is around there 289.
Yeah. That's 290 in euros.
That's fine.
Rich, that is what I'm fine. That is what a big boy.
Bobo taking out just ask.
Yes,
Yeah.
that Rich.
You are a big boy.
In the Premier League, that's what the big boys take. The highest big boys of Premier League, edge 280 to 300.
Also know. Yet tax.
I can also probably huge
tax.
And then also need this image bonus. No? We need a loyalty bonus of 1 million. So Osimhen has good money. And he's staying at Galatasaray. Rich. Galatasaray wants to dominate Turkey more. Nature the information to about, you know. The Fenerbahce fans were beginning to say Galatasaray for Niska. And of course they struggle to do that. So they want to put out the finances openly so that they will be in good financial standing. Then of course when we books the balance here, they say that you catch them, and still we are in that slide. It's going to be difficult for Fenerbahce to compete, even with Jose Mourinho. Who say somewhere I think earlier in the year, maybe analysis which I make actually say Fenerbahce believe that in getting Jose Mourinho, they've gotten one of the best conspiracy theorists to knock off Galatasaray off the pitch. But she players are Galatasaray signing. They are signing Leroy Sané. They've added Victor Osimhen. They want to add Ederson Morales to the pack. That is a team that competes in the Champions League next season. The only problem will probably be the technical know-how of the coaches. No? But apart from that, I think that they should be fine. Rich, I'm Osimhen okay. Somewhere close to 300,000 each week. Osimhen be the bottom din, and I just say in a month, no, be somewhere around 1.2 thereabouts million. Eddie good bottom. Not about Nigeria. That is good money for him. And now you show no. Now Barca for a good game. Asian tour. How many FC solved? Which Barca for winning by 7 goals to 3. Now Lamine Yamal was at the helm of the onslaught from Football Club Barcelona. And in front of sport, they put him there no matter Festival de 10. I don't know what 10 is in Spanish, but then the Festival of the number 10. Because Lamine Yamal was instrumental. Alright, I'm not interested in what sport put there. I'm interested in this man. Right, because we're on the show, man, show gave me be live. So after the game, I decided to first follow the commentary and then later on go and watch the game. Which Sebeya Barca should not let Andreas Christensen go. It's in a modern game ball playing centre back. Christensen is out there. And the Hansi Flick style of playing football, their friend Hansi Bono, really hinges on centre back where you're comfortable with the ball. Nhyira de Biase Ronald Arao, Ebama Barcelona constantly. Barca fans get issues with him is that in that system you can't hide. Hansi Flick Bono. You will be in the game. You will be isolated 1v1. So whatever it is, your downside will be exposed. When you watch Andreas Christensen and how he plays for South Barcelona team on the ball, off the ball, and now game say oh Barcelona anywhere now show now. Go to footballer.com. It has all of the past games on them. Football. Andreas Christensen as a number 5. But it looks as if say on one Barca for opportunity. Wherever Andreas Christensen will go, I know that he will play football. Okay. I know say Obobo pa. I know that he can reinvent his form and things are going to be good. And I think there was a part of the Benjamin Sesko analysis that we didn't touch on. And analysis on Benjamin Sesko in the context of the general complexion of Manchester United for next season. Which in the last 2 days, Marco Koye a verbal inquiry of our branch friend Benjamin Sesko. But after the verbal inquiry now Koye, which what Jacobs Ben and a lot of the guys that report from Manchester side on are saying is that Makache Leipzig for say you are serious about getting the boy Benjamin Sesko. 2, yes, Masanso Ako Benjamin Sesko agents all catch and say you are serious in bringing Benjamin Sesko to Old Trafford. 8, Newcastle too wanted Benjamin Sesko. What we are hearing is that the boy is likely to turn his attention to Manchester United other than Newcastle United.
Or following crown Instagram.
You see, it links me to what I want to see. They be rich Mekacho. The Manchester United brand is the big C. Maybe Barcelona and Madrid. In terms of brand, football, worldwide, Makani several times said, club been a this 16, 15 million. Like you won't get 50 million as a franchise sponsor. But it is Manchester United. And because marketing is about followership and sales, at the end of the day, only Manchester United sales come. So these companies will always come. Rich Benjamin Sesko says he wants Manchester United. Maybe also Ruben Amorim, my friend, and he has sold to him what the project will look like with him. If you want an athletic center forward, you see, in the modern game, the Premier League, we have striker or physical. Now, area ball be a winning. Now, only have to bring other players into player. Benjamin Sesko is your guy. You see, when it comes to goals, I am not worried. Whether Benjamin Sesko and the member as the main guy or whatever, Munyato Benjamin Sesko, I don't have a problem. Why am I saying this? Rich in Mutim, Ruben Amorim in a 3-back, and inside 3-back, no, he plays with 2 or 3 midfielders most times, 3 midfielders most times, and then 2 inside forwards like this. Now after there, or the striker at the account. So the 2 inside forwards, no, in this case are going to be Brian Mbeumo and your friend Matthias Cunha. Then you are going to have Abrentia, your friend Benjamin Sesko as the number 9. And then you're betting common. You say Brian Mbeumo shared 23 goals for Brentford. He has Premier League experience. What does it mean? It means that any share Brian Mbeumo will give Manchester United goals. 2,
Matthias Cunha. He scored in excess and overachieved his exits last season. It means that Manchester United already has goals in the two inside forwards. Nyaka is, what can Benjamin Sesko give you? I think that any crown. A 10 goals and assist goal involvement next season. I don't think Benjamin Sesko is going to be from Man United. I think that he can do that.
But no, the problem I'm in the way here. Most of the goals, no,
You see, I'm coming there. It's
so why United game
would that be a problem if Mbeumo air 20 goals, Nakunya air 20 goals? It won't be a problem.
No.
The reason why last season you had a big problem with most of the strikers is that the other players were not scoring to help them. So Bruno Fernandes did not give you 20 goals last season. If you have two players that will give you 20 plus goals next season, it eases the stress on our brand here, your friend of Benjamin Sesko. Emma, calm it down. For which, the problem is that I think that spending 75 million on Benjamin Sesko can be a risk and a big risk at that. I think that make us which if you want to know Munya Light Casemiro no future, Manuel Ugarte just without the ball, Kobe Mainoo not good without the ball, Mason Mount injury issues, Bruno Fernandes yes check, but then apart from this, are you not worried about your midfield as a Manchester United fan?
Already. Your problem last season, Kofi. Sorry, Manchester Yepa. Then you midfield nigga. We're playing so well.
Yeah.
But Bono could do any more. The Osimhen. It is why this season. The attention in the how to solve that problem.
Which, but your midfield had a problem last season. We had 6 separate pairs of midfielders.
It was because it drew maybe no players are near the end of no prepare.
Exactly. So what shows the Messi man to be durable next season? What shows that Casemiro will be durable next season?
Maybe our projections.
No, which you see, and only if. Arsenal man. Arsenal don't want to do if. Chelsea don't want to do if.
No, transfer no,
you see, so
maybe one after
that is why I'm doing the analysis.
Okay.
I need to defense United, but relax. I relax. Yeah, United. I saw your spokesperson.
I know I said, Drew me with Timasama. Now, person Jimmy Timasam. Oh, Grandma Bano, that I said, no, oh, come imagine I'm Yodi. And to patch in the Yabutan and Gary.
Mr. Relax. You don't need problem. Rich. Mufin Fiono. Niamekan say, Se offer Manuel Ugarte. Se morning Kitana Oyadi. He wins the ball for you. But on the ball, he's not the best player for the Premier League.
It was in the first season. In the Premier League.
No, but why did he leave Paris Saint-Germain? Because that is not his stock in trade. On your player good on the ball, he is good without the ball, and he's the same kind of midfielder as Casemiro, very experienced. But Casemiro put a new vehicle in him. So what I'm saying is that Kobe Mainoo cannot play alone in that midfield too, with Bruno Fernandes. It means that nobody will shadow. So it means that this Manchester United team, you can't play Bruno Fernandes and add Kobe Mainoo to it, unless up top November 3-5-2. That is where the problem is. That is what I'm saying, that if Manchester United can go onto the market and then find a young midfielder who is both ball-sided and without the ball, a ball winner, which is going to be perfect. Who have I been thinking about for Manchester United? Rich, this man from Cameroon. I also was saying,
he's good.
And he's a good. Rich, betting from they've not missed Moses Caicedo because of Carlos Baleba. Which only investment to Carlos Baleba in the United midfield. You can decide to play him with Bruno Fernandes and Kwao Honam. Fernandes on the ball work. He will do the dirty work. Or Sanji Bono will pass according to him. Then you can have Cunha and then Mbeumo and add Benjamin Sesko. Man for Baleba Madia, the Amuye K. Asham 6 points already.
Oh, start you.
Oh, that's me see already 6 points. I'll be starting.
Oh, start.
You already 6 points.
But your mom YouTube no, in Star TV. When you pan starting. And to draw attention to them. Tommy Lane no dey amencho man.
We see your shape you already 6 points.
Insida.
Yes, 6 points.
We say Manchester United team na that one. You share the problem with our midfield. The problem we had last season, our nim hot.
Yeah.
The front three now a problem.
Okay.
Because chances creation here. You create a lot of chances.
Exactly, let me say. I'm not disagreeing with you. Me say your problem was goal scoring. You brought in 2 excellent goal scorers, Cunha and Mbeumo. So why then you have to invest money in another striker?
A proper number 9 in the 18 box are all present.
But Holland has present.
Holland own 3 minds are present. Onu he knows very well. Maybe Kofi on a more serious note, a suitors no nyai. So when suitors and Kiaton. Zegzi for instance, Zegzi yes or yeah the ball playing player. Into any general you feel say maybe probably in the first season to answer them three. Yeah. Into Yamano the season na ebano. Near Venekaka. But Holland is clear. Yenya team Yaman Kamanako. Now you pay a number 9 presence in the box. Player above on the 2 18 box rima. Wouldn't say there's a certain player above on the
at the expense of the midfield.
Midfield me coffee me said then win problem biasa.
Okay. Well, I mean,
you see, Premier League na catch on. A players Bakumi and be normal buy. First season na no ebo. What I say? Obu on my beer. The second season or ABS seasons they didn't move to Assassia or Peke. And I know so could be man I stay fake this season.
Kobe has been there for almost this is 3rd season.
Opera last season probably.
But who catch it?
He can play.
Rich, relax.
Why am I for that? No sign goes or the coach I can.
You see that's the problem.
He can defend as well.
So you are banking your hopes on Kobe Menu.
We can.
Manchester United.
We will do that.
Okay, let's agree.
I know your team.
Let's agree to disagree.
No
problem.
I only say that they are more than most are called more than beam.
Say
a bedroom maybe say coach be my pep tosa. Just a players in the
yeah, the NC a besham.
Who players?
Yeah, man. And Uniska.
Yeah, the
NC a besham.
Yeah, come with him some over. Who so beat him have a kasa. Yeah, me father. Then I.
But Ben Maka. Need to make sure.
I would not.
That maybe one analyst.
Obaji 6 points every one.
Yeah, besham, masa.
As a Oshe Pierre, I also a Yama.
Me say Man United.
Born young Canada.
Me. Uchu Okosruba from your 6 points or more.
The BC that
Manchester United.
Me say, Cafe when it at Afian can be Manchester. Miss of to be
to relax you. What's that?
As I'm sure Pierre, we team no as a all of a sudden it's okay.
Belgium, yes, 6 points a few more.
And see that.
Oh, dear,
let me see and see that.
2 no to a phone.
Matro at the home.
You bet you 6 points.
What are you saying?
Okay, I'm not even aggressive on it too. Manchester United, you're 10. You're 6 points or more. Mami Chiro, Barcelona get 10, get 3 points for no.
Yeah,
you got you. I agree. Oh, why you just me 10. More 6 points or more. I like 3 points for no.
PG team as did Umgodi Aduano Moran now, Moshon. What they know I am with Barcelona is the Bian and Barcelona. Who to go bed as Barcelona? Coffee, Basa can't talk about Yakon.
Barcelona.
Oh, Massa. I'm quite nothing.
But I'm sure you have a problem, Nana. Basa team.
Can you name
keep away?
Any day.
You can't.
You pursue be at TB in
Champions League. You need to my
but I ran to you on Casancheno.
I'm going to Niger.
People around him should talk to him.
Do what?
Unfat the proper way and leave.
Rich. Then I
no, sometimes see, Kofi. Yes, I agree, sir, baby, and the pedigree. All football, on here to be said Liverpool, the Arsenal, the Chelsea, and the rest. No more money, the Sunya, and some of retire. But you see, Umpo, Newcastle, I'm why, baby.
But he has not been ungrateful.
No, Nasa Brantino. Time I'm more pieces,
yeah.
Yet is or say, or Yari. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
But later, anybody was on Yari, Bibiano.
Yeah.
I'm on the air forcing the way out from the club, and I'm saying that it's wrong.
Rich, you see, let me
find the proper way. Look, I want to move on.
Rich, let me tell you what the insiders are. I may connect enemy sources on Alexander Isak story, catch me. Rich, what happened with Alexander Isak is that from day one, he had been clear with Newcastle that he wants to leave. Like, and yes, or that story one day, and say, okay, I now want to go. He had been clear with Newcastle. To the extent that, Rich, what he told his agent was that, a person free Newcastle, name Newcastle not about free no.
making sure say it is going to be in an amicable way. Amicable in the sense that so when Liverpool for ever Newcastle for catch 150 million and they will not even listen to 120 million. Rich, the boy realized that Obia minima Casemeko 120 million a decent fee. Munjinamenko. Newcastle for Chinchom now say 120 million yeah, they are Liverpool for fake it. That is where you no. So my family see for ma. Then I'm going to have a problem. It will affect me and I'll have a season. It is same for Johan Wissa. Now Newcastle crowd come Johan Wissa also 25 million. Johan Wissa is telling Brentford they want to go. Rich, what happened between Trent Alexander-Arnold and Liverpool for? He wanted to go. So when the opening comes, who are the Bonibia Alexander Isak?
Okay, there's a breaking news. Yes, Liverpool the 120. Newcastle are rejected.
You see again.
120.
You see again. Rich, Isak no more just saying. I'm saying.
I'm not pay 150.
But hey. Isak, okay, well, you see.
No, so who top Benjamin Sesko 75? Isak was almost saying.
You see, the truth of the matter is that we know we are doing the level of Isak is tier 1 striker.
Top striker.
Isak Haaland more tier 1 striker. No doubt about that. Rich 120 million. I don't know what the details are. Some of our details now. Then you could have looked at the structure.
According to David Austin.
How much do Newcastle want to pay as base fee? Sometimes they're very important.
Yeah.
The structure.
Details
how much now Newcastle for so much as base fee? Saying they add-ons because they want the man Newcastle for only 70 million base fee. You can't add-ons. No matter what says here, Oje Ballon d'Or. Who hasn't the Ballon d'Or?
I don't know. At least 120 no. 100. Not 20 years. 20 years.
Or achieve some targets. Alexander Isak Ballon d'Or. Almost share my Tuesday, the amount. The rich, young share say be a Newcastle phone. Todd Ball in Baghdad, Balimwe. Like you are seeing. I brought numbers for claims on why you are saying say Wayne Stanley, any stewards, any Joe Schultz have done a very good job as Chelsea sporting directors. Rich. Chelsea if you want to me say take it or leave it. Football, you have to play on the field and win. But Rich, all in the side and so show team say you should be able to be a sustainable business venture. And yes, sir, it is only a matter of time. You will go out of extinct or you will not be able to compete. Rich, look at this data. And you are Telegraph what they buy. Telegraph want to say how much each club has sold since Tottenham's Champions League final. That was in 2019. Rich, Chelsea at ton players in 966.1 million. Less than 40 million, and Chelsea would have sold 1 billion since 2019. 6 years. Rich, go on the next of the list. Manchester City 607.5 million. Brighton and Hove Albion Teteton team 523.6 million. Wolverhampton Wanderers 514 million. Aston Villa, Liverpool, Everton, West Ham, Southampton, Leicester, Leeds, Bournemouth. Rich, now share these two clubs. Tottenham Hotspur 293 in 6 years. Into a place now and fan out on Cohen. Your friend is a Aquabaki, a Tottenham Hotspur. A Aqua is your or buying as is your call your friend is a Monaco. Eric Dyer. How much did they get from him? How much did they get from all of those players? Who thinks a chunk of the money is Hurricane Sikano? Who thinks on Tom? The players never know far. Now it's a free beyond. Rich, it is same again for your club, Manchester United. A lot of players who are not selling.
Kasna.
Then what's the Kasna? And you money.
And I'm saying Kasna. And coming to my son Kasna.
Yeah,
crowd 280 now. Asna was saying
249.
249 players Asna. Just how dear, the Bia Upa Konya Binoa Tree. Coffee. Ya wo soro chenko fo unkom de. Ya o boy Jesus.
You better can say. And then why are they?
Oh, but on a more serious note, who's an open?
Oh, yeah, you've given Chelsea good credit.
Adia, I'm sporting directors in the
Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
As much as I Chelsea, ton.
Yeah.
Or say ton.
Yeah. And it's only idea about what people are not seeing is that in a ton of Tony they are buying young players. So each of that Chelsea team, a core of it, has at least 4 years together. And they be a has say. Rich enka etetina enka na Madrid epe number 6 or so per tempo controller no enka the 50 million me for Enzo Fernandez because he be an kind of 1 year on the contract so but Todd Bowley were smart to give him 6-7 years maybe an next season Madrid could come and take Cole Palmer and give you a meager 80 million but he says no you want a contract extension. Rich if they are able to say this season in Chelsea are to 8 Estabao this season Dario Subu this season, Mamadou Sa this season. Your friend is saying Jao had to this season. Pedro, Joao Pedro this season. Abrante friend Liam Delap this season. If they add Abrante friend Javi Simons, 8 players, all of them solving specific problems. Which Javi Simons do know. I won't say too much about it. I've said it several times. It's only a matter of time. It's going to come. The only fear in Nana say Chelsea are in 10. Not say. Leipzig for any kind of shares concern about Xavier, then their bargaining power will be stronger. To be difficult to convince them to take the money because what's here Gabi say Chelsea for want to pay below how much Leipzig value a branch friend Javi Simons. You will not get that if they sell a branch friend Benjamin Sesko more of that and pay you see if you are seeing in a left back in 3 and 2. You are seeing in a and over America.
Hey, you are seeing that.
No, Miss no 3 and 2. Left back.
Only a 3.
Left back a 3. We are seeing
2 for 9 about right.
Okay. We are seeing 3.
Oh no, now
3 ura. Same crown under 20. Correct player. Patrick Dogu are you Dogu no left and right?
So how can we the new Patrick Evra?
About left and right.
No left day.
Left day.
Left day. Papa Aquani Bob. Ovi ene bomb to uebi.
Oh, left day.
Left day. Aquani Bobo. Hey, I'm the Patrick Evra.
This is really a shame.
Reincarnation Nazaba.
It is the other very jar to ever be in medicals. No, signing the contract. It looks as he's a rich. And none of the catch a fat low. Say, it looks as if I have to accept. Maybe Obi Ofie and say Garnacho to Chelsea. No, I've not been excited about it. Okay. But and now I try to explain. It's about market opportunity.
First camera number.
Oh, yeah, and the last minute of the window, 25 million. Get the baby for Garnacho. I
don't know. You can't want Jana.
Just saying.
The country place is there.
Yeah.
Almost you testing who do be a some imagine some person with because I was a place and you said young.
It's a muy young.
It's a last minute of transfer ni ye be win and I hear close enough.
Yeah.
Now the music canaba. Sabe ni option be as a but just can say yeah to be more matra bench say. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Garnacho.
Sikana ye peno. Ye value ne dia 2 players so no. Someone no player is leaving.
Na Garnacho ni awaye ni never do anything.
Is he not playing?
Please, no, he's not playing.
Garnacho Benemo.
He's not playing. Garnacho is not even with you on pre-season.
And no pre-season there, yeah, say. I'm more suitors into no because now if you say you want to do away with them.
So when he play, he has not played. Into the
pre-season normal and last is job boy.
Wait, oh yeah, then Garnacho no.
And I'm a series. Says I am strategy. Says I am strategy. Say more last day of say. Yeah, can't transfer not too much. Now, 20-30 be out. Say the penny chrono this kind of penny chrono this kind of banner. You have bonanza with PF.
I say, okay. See, Garnacho no acquire you. Area the enemy. Obi happen. You check senior.
Mambisa.
I bet you 20 million. We are there. No thing to cover. You hear me, sir. Yeah, you water near Pejani stores, Kakaniet, and far near Tonamas now.
I'm going to me.
Charlie, I'm far with Tonamas. I didn't
buy on a more coffee. Manchester, the only crowd.
Oh, me feeling
on fire.
What are the
yeah, play.
Hey, Badu, it's you any area for we are the action.
Ninazo, do baby, you are not getting.
Is any what do you? Young boy by idea. No matter what gets here. And you will be a family. Young boy by you.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, so that's right.
Kendrick Payoso cost Strasbourg near here. You are going to see all the judge. But we face you Friday.
Sure.
You coach Kakrebia. You had my show to me show. What joining us on YouTube and Nhyira TV. With my screenshot. OTO radios on my show. No for pen or paper. No reach first one. 22078121. Second one, 22077EE7. Next one, 22077CD9. And our last one, 22077BV1. That's Richard.
And so that's a coffee. 50 Manfred Martin and Cano. Insurance 4.5 Friday edition of Nhyira. Digital passports live at YouTube. Nhyira TV. Besamo mo amuguso amubusa se Facebook ne die na ekono yenya challenge kakra with our Facebook stream. Enti mo fanche yeguso technicians yeguso mo na ya rectify problem no so aha. Ti mo koso ana mo bra Facebook oba subscribe. Sorry, YouTuber Nhyira TV subscribe anytime bia no ye buy ana so nso no wait me actually but Kovi
so and me receive a message on Twitter from somebody that watches the show needing Andonis Jan or your account officer Olam Ghana and any birthday now what you show the account officer this is the very first time meeting he just sent me a message and birthday so young wish Andonis Jan Andonis Jan happy birthday senior Andonis
Nhyira all right but concerns are about YouTube in the say almost saying they be on penny say ya ayenye Facebook ni amfa ayin so no YouTube ni account yam say Pauli mo William say some of you so na mon chance yam fire our live YouTube Nhyira TV it will be on subscribe me some mon subscribe mon share mon like it our social media handles ni na Oko X nom Samsung and Instagram and other social media handles ni na yo ho at Nhyira 104.5 at Nhyira 104.5 next also no bibia kama pa at the ama ye befie na ye de fi some na dia but before ye befie kran ko we dey quick and monsanfa amuzu p question of the day nfanto YouTube Nhyira TV na ahwefo momra na monfa mo answer emra and a question ye bisa ne say Osha 3 rivalries idea to matches idea to the most fearful football rivalry in the world. Yefa Liverpool Manchester United. Yefa Barcelona Real Madrid the Clasico. And Oko Argentina. Sa rivalry we are not the papa River Plate and Boca Juniors. Ujide say sa rivalry games are yede atutu e dey pana. E crazy. I mean bibia wom it is a red card in Tokwa bibia I mean game rivalry no nindina ebiwo mu no betimi e de answer na ba na akenkan dia ma na afi Kovi the out of the three no dey na wo betusi
me pacho I think say be more tier United me so sisu bi
na me say the most fearful football rivalry in the world.
Oh okay.
You pick Liverpool Manchester United.
Yeah.
And you pick Barcelona, Real Madrid, River Plate, and Boca Juniors.
Boca Juniors. All of the times I'm who's so you know. Japan.
Mad.
Japan.
To me, they are both.
What is the time when Club World Cup games now?
na Argentina players don bomba Benfica no onko share River Plate na sabo is Otamendi mo bomba Boca no we just so much share mo ne mo ku
o me no do mu share serious
and at the Man United Liverpool no share any isa of form and about
Real Madrid Barcelona
a classic unti of course if you are the Madrid Barcelona then na me the River Plate ma be second momo de any dey kini asa kwai
me no awie ya be fie yen start here fisam no ese enra obi a otie show bia abra ye afisam ya ana me breaking story no say Ghana Football Association and also man the new partnership on bebuama nyame adoma Ghana Premier League no bibia etimi akonkan ma mobeka me ka kire mo se yera ketokura kukura kan odwumadi na se se clubs na afi on bebo the Ghana Premier League no obia ebenya 1 million Ghana cedis 1 million Ghana cedis and so ewo eye eho ansakra na league no be start ya and so a start ya no pay confirmation no and so etimi abakama kama enra was the launching launching dwumadi no ewo eye moving pick hotel ewo eye nkan na dwumadi na se no na afina announce ye says the omanya strategic and transformative air partnership omo anya with Adisa Production Limited na omo se omo na ebe manage na eba no air broadcasting so aso otra TV echi na Ghana Premier League omo so etimi ahwe bie no omo na ebe hwe na in terms of management and broadcasting ni na no Adisa Production Limited omo so ayi kama pa and so ediama na enra dwumadi no it was very, very colorful. And Penifua called dignitaries. I mean, and Penifua Kesepa, Yera Ketokeku, Jeffrey President, na our Sansuna Yera Macado, Onona Vice, Adema, the Ghana Football Association, no, so our Afe, Yera Julius Debra, Chief of Staff, Adema, the current Abayan Tisui, Yera Julius Debra, Ononso Kopimo Jumedina say, and a sports minister. Honorable Kofi Adams na ononso awo and ye papa aye mama yarga honorable ononso aye majority leader in parliament omindina no ekopie me awo dwumadi na sia na dwumadi no aye kama pa na enemu na so the medican aka no clubs no yate se ye say 1 million Ghana cedis na edemo obi ansa kra na ye be start league na eno so yetimi a start na yentie ebra ye raketo kreku aye announcement no. And so Eddie Ama Oma na Omutmedi no ase.
Through this initiative and in partnership with Adisa Productions Limited, the private sector, and with the full backing of the current government, we aim to make football in Ghana not just a passion, but a viable economic enterprise. As part of our new approach, and through this unique partnership with Adisa Productions, each one of our GPL clubs will, before the start of the league season, receive the amount of 1 million Ghana cedis each. I will repeat what I said in case I'm saying that before the start of the season, each one of you would receive 1 million Ghana cedis. And this will be made possible through the new partnership. This will be our minimum payment for each of our GPL clubs under this new model. This is not a grant. This is not a number. It is the firm commitment by the Football Association, by Adisa Productions, and by the government, represented here by our Chief of Staff, to ensure that Ghana football becomes what it's supposed to be.
Okay, Auntie, Sir Utie Raketo Kreku, our GFA president, and Semi Kotuna, I say, you make football in Ghana not just passion, but a viable economic entity. And as an enterprise. Na so to open na some no kind na se mi chemu I say Ghana had so be has your football no as a passion so pa na pebi e na ye ne sa ye said am fa e the business aspect no ho but no any na administration do ombaboa ama aye Ghanaian football na ye bo no enya passion keke na mum e be ya ade asabio sika wom yen clubs ibenya sika business aspect of it no and so between a na football no bibia wombia komini no bibia enso etimi akonkan no wie and the counts 1 million Ghana cedis clubs ni na obi abegere de and star na ya starte season no and so 2025-2026 season no we and the can say if fasika aba and on the Bema clubs and no pa amayen clubs no so are very very competitive our nyamia the season yeba abesimi yentie ye racket Simon Okaku.
I know that my clubs went through torrid time last year, and I drove my heart out to them for going through the season without the needed support. I appreciate their patience, but here we are here today, and I think that today marks a big step, a bold statement from the Football Association.
Say, yeah, you know, as I say, Hanti, but said the medical Sa voice no de na your racket vs watching na and it's a sikana ba never boa because I say last year Osuma clubs and papa because liga na eboni na sikanim kra and say yeah clubs no sika na enim na obia etimi ball league ni ma bibia aye kama no oso bo clubs na ba so na odide se sa sika we ebeboa ma clubs no bibia etimi akonkan edi amom Yera Kofi Adams as sports minister so ekopi mu ho na ose clubs no as say sika no eba no mu invest sika na eba no mu invest say na be clubs no mo so bibia be kama edi amamo.
With this, clubs can plan long term, attract talent, and invest in what? Infrastructure such as medical facilities, improve stadium seating, and fan experience enhancements. But let us also be clear. Responsibility for transforming the Premier League does not rest with GFA and Adisa production alone. Each stakeholder has a role to play. Clubs must take ground.
And then network yamade no. And you crab but so Nhyira Kofi Adams are there no person working and say teams no say muton players ana munya sika mu invest sika no so on facility mu baby am boy munya ni ye mu sisi medical facilities mu players ni plan ni ahwe mu ye baby a supporters ba on betina no very important so oba no ofuse and security bibia you okay da bi oba pese oba stadium no oba team no pass munya sika na da bia obia de ahye ni team so say clubs no say bibia be ko e dia man efidu na enkope sika from ozi da bi wo club no so de na wo ye dia ma ho invest the money ni enjoy say da bia ye de ani ato aban na GFA na monkope sika mra ene ad no say clubs no omo so nya bibi se na bia ombetimi enye sika de abo omo ebranti ho nsam no eno no enna fatile ko baba stadium because NS boss eba Kumasi akwa inspection kakra yendu eno so nkomana miwia enra lunch na ba so no kufia kamona yedi nkomo no kovi
Richardo
na what to say
am yadumo na so
obi be fine e be fine
na nam kwaso ko stadium no na mu se man bi ne kam obi mu
I see
I was saying Mr. Brobe
okay
ta prade
I see
ti no mu stadium ti Mr. Brobe I am permanent chair
then I see
Richardo Director General Yampo for Ankara opinion no after an inspection so no busa ma make say
onyanye
o so kotoko ne bebe no go sta so munim so metima bana so mutimi mu a the cover ni say Yewura Frank Boy was a green grass no no na bibia
technology
and 2007 2008 o mo je pitch na nkasa no Mrs Victoria wo ken no sisi a eno am komodium no ma me ne person o kire say o munya minimum of 12 weeks ansa na pitch no etima gina yi se betima bobo dey also o kan na mafo yemu hwom wo honom ezan say 12 weeks there kotoko eno go South Africa nyamel September yawo I will check it 12 weeks and say it be a time no kwanya dey enso but omo ka chiro bia say omo ye bibia quick send bia and 10 times
so it means that say projections no more ye no which is the 12 weeks now on the atone
and minimum
to the young fan impo say worst case scenario o de young fan bear 15 but the young fan 3 weeks been count so 15 you know say omutimi wia ye betimi abobo baba stadium nyasa no person che
sa pepe
say 15 now, it means that Kotoko any baby any Gold Stars African campaign no possibly we are going to be more prelims. Yes, actually. If you have some copy baby more prelims no. Na later is ebi ababa said me ready. No baba. Na omo timi akọ omo animu a. No baba. No ma baba ha. Yes sanity. Sanity. Nemom Safuduku lawyer. Yeah me Kotoko communications. O ka asemi wo ase. So obesiri mpirinfo a omo nka say Africa omebo no. Omo ko bo ne baabi o. Baba nyara wa na because omo twem asat 2nd June. Of course. So I try now so minimum of 12 fix and minimum Director General Yampo Frankra catch on say oh maybe be a quick Emma Kumasi Mayor Kinzuba and so by so support to be a or may be and 10 times so pitch ni bet my ready because say nyakra Richard new and nyakra so after breaking no say baby are doing a top dressing and some of the fertilizer anti-fertilizer na Kinzuba must remain quick no more be there about 10 times so because I Ghana Premier League, but we never 2 months more. June. And I said, I say, so means that young water has the very raking for man. I said to say, Fino. Trama and then I say, no. To me, I'm from a top dressing. Okay. Now, after no the fertilizer goes to me, I'm doing so a day. A good so. No, but say your league, we just bear 2 months. Now, you say, I fed ye, you mobile hobium. This is a sign a Juma Cacao pitch this one. It means that all my stadium national Mansano, all my managing ye. Maintenance. Because your boss is in 1 year, some year ago. We are talking about 2 months. 2 months, yeah. It is a 2 months now, Fed. Management catch say, there be pitch no. Yen to me, Mosubo be name of my time be near to me now, and near board a year no. And to Penny a pitch no problem. I mean, this is serious. Safudu ko ni bre say. One man on be some bomb games no. Tomu sempre for am ye bibia quick and from mo. Am Kinzuba so na no tum. Ti Yampo Franka ne Asante Region Director. Na jama and any birthday. Na jama. Okay. Am so maybe be 10 times na bibia so tima kama. Obi, I want kakra na.
70 and right. For me, it's really about sending a kind of the general plan I have to be able to make sure that at the end of the day, no, you back to maybe I want to see. I see a boy claps now. Rich, she Nhyira. Me say GFA president Kesi to Kriku Ede. Nanu December to one about Sikaro clubs no. Ghana Premier League no. Manager. Which for us to be able to give each Ghana Premier League team 1 million Ghana cedis, a lot of money. For us to be able to support your clubs, a lot of money because Rich say Oko around now be sa club Onebia, Opa even big clubs like Kotoko. Then you go to smaller clubs like Karela, any Ken Faisal. Maybe some say what is their biggest problem in the Ghana Premier League? Or make I just say finances. And the lack of capital injection is a big problem among. So the fact that the Adesa people no 1 million Ghana cedis for each Ghana Premier League team. 18 million is important. You see, Ghana Premier League any GFA no realize that how many start times deal and club, so they have to pull out. So legally they got the right framework to move on. Which made it okay. But you say when you're the very first timer, Sika do say acquire your clubs for them. So one of the first things is whilst we are giving a lot of credit to Mr. Ketias Okreku and any team, any at the Safon and even the government of Ghana because he mentioned them, we are supposed to understand that there is an onus on the GFA, not just the clubs. Mr. Kofi Adams said clubs in first can you papa. But as soon as you know buy any government, say they make sure that the clubs use it and use it judiciously. Because one team in 1 million Ghana cedis now for the home mechanic say one player will play a cup for 5 months. Then what do you use the money for? One team in because now you see Chepsa, who is head of PFAG, or say he is hoping that GFN will hold a portion of that amount of money in a certain account.
I don't need to make your players car.
Perhaps no catch was the last year.
No problem. But still, Rich, the human resource is very important. Whatever we do, a place in the bubble. So using the money the right way, the GFA has to have an oversight responsibility. I was arguing. And so we should Rich again. And my year must say, can I get my clubs and your one time thing? So this year, pen a woman 1 million Ghana cedis and your say. So next year, when you 1 million Ghana cedis and 2 million and 3 million and your say. Continue to quickly say the least amount of money each club will make. It means that they can make more. I'm hopefully say it is going to be tied on performances. If this TV conversation production rights can let the clubs get even more yearly ebeboa and the sikapa ebeba league ebeboa marketing ebeboa exposure ebeboa even the stadium attendance and even the excitement of people going to watch the league because the production will be quality ebeboa me Fifi Manfred to get enough information about the Ghana Premier League and talk about it every day on my show. Iti Mesre, a good thing, but it's about one, sustainability, two, the judicious use of it, three, see you making sure at the end of the day, class no come back Emma mechanics is canny the moment asa and almost as you
me crowd the idea about come day so and say. And me am a cannabon the day. As a bedroom maybe next can okay bet power.
Yeah.
A dream maybe. Skakra and say Konya de na a problem. You best say this time you make sure say whatever be as a clubs in Ghana.
Yeah.
You clubs no Ediama woman. No more so that and Utie Iraq Ketokrekua.
Yeah.
Was this as a league now very competitive.
Very, very competitive.
Was car.
Yeah.
Ed didn't say compromises.
So I think that a step in the right direction.
Sure.
Yeah, very proud of them. And they be America, Ota, Kodu, and way in America. There are certain things that under this GFA administration, you may have a lot of criticisms, but in a marble and even this one, the possibility you try to this cabbage has been put together.
Maybe a lines no men farm kakra na ensan toso and farm 03220 83581 83582 83583. Ubetimi abana nso akyere wadwen in 104.5 na yemfa ntwa ho kitu abimra. Hello.
Hello.
Yes sir.
Me mo chelo pa yo.
Mejoso.
Utera la premier mo Barcelona ya kasi agufo shabo ba me chelo be jafo ni na. Lo nya fokere de henya positive ba me chelo. Na ye se ko do jafo ni na se fa bu so no. Obi afa no nhyem ni anyi na wonye ya very celebrate ni ko to ba on na to the match am open secretary. Now we tell the way and normal cost we best and pay for say you Ghana football. You more bana ba so say o motivate to na mo a o mako boss Spanish go diaba. Say Kenya bana na say Kenya fe fund o motivate kwa. O mu nyoma so go pe bibia de abeboa. You best stadium to mun ko say mo betimi aya mai.
Anya abai GFE. Abai bo mo ba de nye abai na kofa bai. On record. Hello. Hello. Sorry. Okay, sorry. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
Me ya de lampada manfu. Yo me ne national mapa moye, ami che biye bia tampon. Me ya ketu koko we de ota kodu a no implika. Wa ya de. Na se de mo kanu. Yes mo be kana bon tikeke. E say me cho ma yan kunta. E mo konya 10 billion diska omu koye no mu kopa 2 billion bi show mu sem abeka na bonte ne de ni say omu timi ye Ghana ha de ne kende na ni ye na di se ni ma en ko si nyina ehu timba ko bi aja musika obenya ne panyin ni no a me pese ya me ni di ko bokwa de omu meka no kwa omu fa nya adwuma nya mi sha ni nia
ate enso ye da se pa yemfa NS caller. Hello.
Hello.
Yes sir. Mejoso.
Kaza. Kami yagwa. Paki ya yeti. Ide. Ombe sama. Omo mbo ya do ya. Tataware no awo mu. Etme ja so ko. Anu ti be ma ya. This say ya. So mu ya omu. Bo ani yi. Emma
just you free so line no mun cheda and now cry and for. Hello.
Ricardo.
Yes sir.
Onya Solomon here. I can't say one family. Nana from Power South is what you man over no. Wait, my born in a phone in Amazon. Wait. Sir, a rubber, a country out of 2, a 3 out of 2 a day. To me in part there, but you say a river plate. Omni Boca Juniors, and now Omni Team Bay, Argentina.
Boca Juniors, yeah.
Which Omni a rubber, I say a Casiko Crampo. Casiko no, Omni football, I say. Omni me born all right, and the Kobe Manchester near Liverpool. Omni football, I say. Omni the Korean team, but that is the name. Football, Omni, I said, say, Poning and Ponatia, you know. Omni and my king. So good as you almost put the quality to the bar. I'm to the contact. To me, party. I'm the near robbers, other kids in here. Now, the better. You are young Popanka, where I see journalists are football anymore. Protocol, you qualify for a publication, you know. And they cut about on the 2nd of June. It's much in a while. I've been through. I think I'm over to say, Yama Benamonia, and you better go to Matanwa. But the support is yes for you. But the support is more something. It's important to connect.
That's it. Infant scholar. Last caller, 9 venture. Hello.
Champion Richardo Bacope.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anna Nisukuduku. Yeah, boss on the system, Mamma Basso, and customer boy, maybe Papa, and Chamasulu. What I think I'm Papa Bacope and Pimamicha. Now, boss, and Ross about friend Martin, I Luciano. You also go make a set of Kruma, so as an idea, where you are, as Agita, had a friendly Mastico. Say the French match in Ajaji doesn't come on you, don't come out the league, no boss, and I'm a boy.
I'm judging the data.
And when the friendly match, again, we say, Fred, friend, master, and idea, what I say. And tomorrow you say, friend, watch him of not born for wine, and so you're such a leak now. You guys just a leak in top says for him, and he asked an idea and said, why, boss.
That's it. That's it. I ain't to be for be a moment time who could be a member. Me buy a better Medina, so the Mamma Shawazo 4.5. To Medina, so Excel Plus Education, my catch all say, we are Ghanaian student, be a person who should be our postgraduate, and now Okoye Wanda, graduate studies, our UK, US, Canada, Germany, Australia, no, my number be free. Excel Plus Education, my number no. I'm the Ghanaian student, be brain, to Kwaya, Omundina, no, ABS, your Madia, we be Sukusua, Omusia de our Brutre 0531 431 448, Namno Munin Como. I'm so commanding an engineering training school. Obuase ya Obuase zongo no mo. Almost so brand for 3 months. Ebesu said the situ excavator, dump truck, wheel roller, backhoe, bulldozer, and a forklift in the bibrika. the word name fabrication so at the account mo a teach mpasa mo koye adwuma awo mining no jiso okusua bi ansa na wonso atimi akwakoye timpacho fresh school no 0539 732 na muno mo eni nkomo medimosi process center there makacho se ho yade nwura on sai MP enunti se eya wo se ho problem aye prostate na ha wo be ma bra ne encheke ma sanso na oba awo emma yare bia ha bia mpacho ko medimosi process center na omonhwe kama pa hode nya abote hwe nipadua nim yewia na yama odura onoma ebetimi enso aboa wie pa yokumase santasa henema kokoben oboase ne santasa road na onsa betimi akan ye number betimi ne edi nkomo ne 0244 068447 namuno mu eni nkomo blood donation no enso bafso Love FM ene konfanoche edru ha na nso no wabetwi emoja ne bi edi aboa dwumadie Erasmus ena aso asena abana pragiadia TVS de no omene de papa aba eyedwaso anunti so pe pragia TVS de ni bi ato a original na akotobi ewo Erasmus na busuan de tene se ye promotion onim so to pragia na ya sign achewo eye LED TV ade aka ho enti ano ahye ne so de amam tikotobi na se nya ache de fa kan 0257 99702 Tilo.
Rechalo. Ane mame kuna do birthday. Pauli GH ne bano. Ane ne birthday.
Ania Pauli social media.
Social media.
Ne bano.
Eleanor abina kuna do anane. Ane ne birthday.
Oh nice.
Nti Pauli GH and afine wife. Leticia.
Grano fe papa.
Leticia. And afine Pauli GH. Amina se fen share fam so.
Also mama and also papa.
So papa.
Also papa. Come
Letitia down.
I mean, ni na mi sha.
Kwani o Sunday no sane mama bo onyin ndi e.
Also papa. Afi na yen so papa ye adwuma no.
You know e bia.
Okay.
Enti Eleanor yakopon show. Na nyini na be pin power perform o man konkron Ghana. Sanso mama fa me nkyere mu atonsu. Esla o Shana pa boncha wonom na maboa ene maboa birthday international maboa yagopo enshiraw no koso ano nyo kese do so abesom bia ebade mananye kama pan for my champion player no international Kwame happy birthday to you do so abesom bia nakopon emananye pa entimi emfa emawo
Pamcho ene e ka chem se 2000 e draw no kama me boboso na afei yakofa no kase na amam 0544 603 afi 0248 974 0244 752 0591 273 0502 omunano 2000 cedis each obia ensa akanede damasepa yemfamsia nyame ba ochina 9 o'clock anopa enimbesia weekend sports na yede agudemu nsem abremu yekwaba yekofa dom kase no yebaa na obra